Of forage seed varieties, we are driven to solve the problems of today.
Welcome back to O&M Live. The Magpies and the Myrtleford Alpine Saints is your match of the round. Gus McLeod, Luke Francis, Dan Vaccaro and Scott Montgomery. Boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. I'll tell you what, Monty, it looks to be a very firm deck underfoot as the captains make their way to the centre. Yeah, very, very firm, especially in the middle of the ground, boys. That cricket wicket area is very, very firm, but a nice coverage of grass everywhere. It's in probably better shape than what it was for round one, I think. And, yeah, a little bit of a breeze heading towards the town a little bit, but yeah, nothing major. Probably maybe a goal in it, but not too much. But tell you what, looking at the balls zinging around in the warm-ups, it could be a quick game today. I think it will be, Monty. Captains today, looks like we've got Mitchy Del Bosco for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints and Dane Porter. The toss has gone up. Who's won it, Mons? Yeah, Dane Porter's won it, and he's going to kick down towards the town end and, yeah, go with that breeze that I spoke about. We are still about 4 minutes away from the bounce of the ball. Lukey, how are you seeing today's contest unfolding?
Yeah, I see the Maggies starting quickly on their home deck, Gussie. I reckon they could be pretty sharp and kick the first 3 or 4. There you go. There you go, a bit of a statement. What about you, Dan Vaccaro? Who are we keeping tabs on 40-wing stats-wise?
We'll run through the stat sheet, Gussie. So we're taking for Wang, Dane Porter. He's been in really good form this year. Jackson Clark as well. Cam Barrett. Brad Melville, who we talked about pre-game, averaging 28 disposals per game. And the Preston Prince, Alex Federico, averaging the Prince,
self-named, isn't it?
23 disposals. Definitely self-named, I think.
We believe so. The Preston Prince, and Alex Federico for those playing along at home.
Fed. And then over to Myrtleford, Matt Munro. We're taking his numbers, averaging 22 disposals a game this year. Brody Riccardi, a real live wire in front of the goals for them as well. Mitchy Del Bosco, who's always a really good player, and the Dale boys, Lockie Dale, and we're taking Fraser Dale's number as well, averaging 27 disposals per game. Fraser Dale, the former Carlton player, Gus.
Scott Montgomery, Elite Building and Construction. Matt Munro, we are getting some mail, potentially could be a late out.
Great.
Yeah, that's really good for Vax's stat sheet. I'm just trying to find him out there, and I had not seen him out there, so maybe he's out, boys. So I'll just check up what's going on there and see who the in is.
Yeah, Scotty, sorry, Gussie, we saw Charlie Crisp run out in a 25 Guernsey for the Saints, so it could be Charlie Crisp for the Saints coming in.
Simon Curtis will make his way onto the stat sheet.
Well played. So good mail coming through there from the mailman. A good journalist, a good broadcaster, never reveals their sources, but it looks like he is out. I certainly can't see him out there, Monty, and I'm just going to have a quick look and see if the sides have been updated online. Who was the player you said potentially came in there, Lukey?
Charlie Crisp.
Well, he was named as an emergency alongside Addison Bedendo, so we'll keep an eye on that one there. Gents, we'll get some tips before we start this game of football. We'll start off with you, Monty, for Elite Building Construction. Yeah, after last week's performance, you've got to go with Wangaratta, I think, today. I reckon they'll keep going on what they were able to do last week. If they did not get the result, I think today they will. Dan Vaccaro, 40-wing stats.
I think Myrtle will be competitive for a period, but I think Wang will run away by about 6 goals, Gus.
Luke Francis?
Yeah, Maggies at home, Gussie. What about yourself?
Oh, I think the Maggies will be too strong. They'll get their season 2024 off to the start they think they would have liked. It's just going to come 4 rounds later. A-grade oils and batteries bring you the first term on O&M Live. The Magpies and the Saints with Luke Francis.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon footy at Normans, and Federico gets the first kick for the Maggies. Rolling ball towards the half-forward flank. Here's Calagero for the Saints and gets it back to Forrest. Forrest, 25-metre kick. That's okay to Fraserdale. So the retained possession here, the Saints, just right as centre wing in front of the grandstand. He's wearing the zinc. Here's Fraser, smart man. Turned over though to Chris Knowles. True halfback flank, wide out now for the Maggies. Angling kick in. Not the best. Marjanovic winding up here. 1 to half forward. And the mark is taken by the Saints, and Del Bosco wants to shift it wide.
Little chip kick. Finds his way to East. really impressed as one of the 2 recruits from South Australia. Ball's in the back line with Hurrigan. We've played 55 seconds thanks to Maccas on O&M Live. Ball comes out wide, finds its way to Grant across half-back. Low chiselling kick works out okay. The Alpine Saints a bit of a space to work into. Inside 50 goes Harrington, beautiful chiselling kick. And that is beautiful football from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They went coast to coast with ease, Monty, and now the ball's in the hands of that man who was a late inclusion, Crisp.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that ball movement. We know that they like to move it quick and just sharp by foot there. And Harrington going inside 50. You don't mind being a forward leading into that because did not have to break stride, did Crisp here, who's come in as the emergency.
Looks like Aidan Tilley was pretty hot on his heels too. In comes Crisp to the club room's end. The dream start for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They draw first blood on the game, traffic and contracting scoreboard. They lead 1 straight 6 to the Magpies yet to score.
Yeah, what start by Myrtleford there. The intercept work down early was really good off their half-back line with Mitch Del Bosco and Fraser. Set team in the league as well, so that's going to hold dividends today. But I guess poor push across the ground from Wang, and Myrtleford just got out too easy, and they were in far too much space and inside 50 each. Mitch Del Bosco and Fraser Dale hands on it early for Myrtleford, and Wang put under pressure early.
Yeah, that's the way you want to start on the road, Scotty.
Absolutely it is, and just as we spoke about their sharpness by foot, if they can continue doing that, the Wangaratta defence is going to be on their toes all day.
So Gribben is in the ruck against Knowles in the centre of the ground. Here we go. Thought Gribben caught one around the neck. Umpire agreed. So a superstar for the Saints here at Normans. Gribben. Let's have a look. More indecisive. And retreats back a little to Mitch Del Bosco. Good player, this guy. And what's he going to do, Mitch? He's also in 2 minds. Goes out wide. Good kick to Lockie Murphy-Dale. So deliberate build-up here by the Saints. They're happy just to take some time and pick out a target. And here goes Lockie down to the arc of the 50. Off fell into the hands of Booker. Likes a run, Riley on the boot, down to the pocket. Bounces in front of Riccardi. Try to get on the half volley. Saints, though, couldn't mow down smart. And they get it just outside the arc. It's going to be coming back, though, east into Lockie Murphy-Dale.
He's 65 from home, a kick and a half. He's going to go in towards the hot spot. Porter at the back of the pack read it nicely. Majanovic has some work to do. Fraser Dale handballed over the hop. The Magpies support in numbers. They come out towards Nash. Bit of a shimmy and a shake. Gets the handball away, and the Pies are going to kick long down the line. Moore's the target. Great use of the body. Made pretty light work of Pethbridge. Callum Moore kicks towards space. Juice Newton in game number 100. That's the one you like to forget. The Magpies got some work to do. Hollandine kicks it inside forward 50. Foot race here for Hurrigan. Got some work to do to chase down Big Juice. Ball falls opportunistically to Clark. Clark to Hollandine through the big sticks. Charlie with a really nice finish there, Monty. And the Mosquito fleet of Smalls inside 50 for the Wangaratta Magpies really stood up there.
Absolutely, they did. Once the ball hit the deck, they were there in numbers, and Charlie Hollandine with a classy finish. But how good is it to see the 2 big boys get up the ground in Cal Moore and then Juice just went straight through the hands. I think the sun might have played a part in that, but yeah, that's what you want to see. The ball go through their hands and the little guys get on it once it gets inside 50.
I think we spoke about it pre-game. Is the ball's going to be zinging around. It is early. Wang being able to work it from their back line up forward early. 2 inside 50s for them. Jackson Clark, Dane Porter, and the Preston Prince Federico getting their hands on the footy early. And for Myrtleford, it's 2 inside 50s. Mitch Del Bosco, Fraser Dale, and Lockie Dale all do 2 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, both goals kicked in this game by 2 Charlies. Charlie Crisp and Charlie Hollandine. 1 for the Saints, 1 for the Maggies. Half forward now for the Maggies. Here's Charlie Hollandine again. Off to Federico. Federico's kick was smothered by Hurrigan. He's brought down now, and he might be gone here. He's in a bit of trouble. Umpire calls it, and we'll have it. So it's at the arc of the 50. Evans Street end. Dan Vaccaro, Scott Montgomery, Gus McLeod and Luke Francis for O&M Live. We're at Normans on another beautiful day. Here's Newton inside to Federico. Not the best at kicks. Came off the side of the boot, and again, Hurrigan takes it. So possession for the Saints in their D50. Now here's Beatty. He's got some room for move. Diesel over the top to Calagero. Another looping hand pass. This time to Lockie Murphy-Dale. Good play here by the Saints. This is what they can do. They're so skillful. Back to Lockie Murphy-Dale, and they go to true centre half forward here. Now Charlie Nash coming from one direction, and Crisp, who swings it around, bouncing ball. About 30 out from goal. Riccardi, beautiful hand pass. Young runs on, kicks a goal. Scott Montgomery, that was fantastic.
Yeah, great team play there, wasn't it? They just worked hard, and we're spoken about it's going to be slicked around to be able to transition the footy from the far side into the middle of the ground and go deep inside 50, and then just hard work and a great finish from Levi Young.
I'll tell you what, if you take out that sample size there, Lukey, they did not look like a bottom three team.
Absolutely.
That was fantastic ball movement there by Myrtleford, and they've had a really hot start. 3 inside 50s for them. Lockie Dale's had the 3 disposals already on the 40-wing stat sheet, along with Fraser Dale as well. Mitch Del Bosco playing off the halfbacks, being good, touched the ball early, and Brodie Riccardi got his first disposal of the day, and what a disposal that was. Quick hands, opened up the goal, and a great finish there by Myrtleford.
For elite building and construction, Monty, Brodie Riccardi, he might have found himself a new position.
Yeah, I don't mind it there because he's very skillful, very smart footballer, and he's super quick too off the mark, so don't be surprised if he's not on a lead a few times as well.
So the Alpine Saints, they lead 2 straight to the Magpies, just 1 straight. That's for game traffic and contracting. Knowles took it one-handed out of the ruck, but his handball didn't quite find anyone in particular. The Preston Prince Federico, he impacted, so did Richards. Now Dale. Umpire should blow his whistle and call for a restart on the cricket wicket. So 7 minutes gone for Maccas here on O&M Live. Really exciting contest between both of these winless teams. The Magpies and the Alpine Saints coming through. Richards left it behind. Clark wrapped up in a big tackle by Jai Gribben, who's come into the side to ruck today. And he's throwing his weight around early, Lukey.
He is Gussie. Umpire aloft, just right of the centre. Knowles, clear tap away. Miotto for the Saints. Got swung around in a tackle, had it for a fair while. Gone. So Maggies will get this, about 70 out from home. And this will go to Federico. Here he goes, the Preston Prince. And he lobs one inside the 50. Who's down there? Oh, coming out more. That was too easy, Scotty. Uncontested.
Yeah, absolutely. In the end, Cal Mortis read the ball best and got there first. And Juice Newton was playing for a free kick behind, but you don't mind big Cal getting there first and having the shot from here.
Great talent, this guy. Enormous last week in Yarrawonga, Gussie. Played a super game.
6 of the best last week. When he starts well, he normally kicks well for the game too, Lukey.
And in he comes at the Evans Street end, straight through the middle. So that gives the Maggies their second. And we're all tied up, the Ledger Square at 12 apiece here on the game traffic and contrasting scoreboard, Dan.
Yeah, he could be the difference, Cal Moore, today, isn't he? If he's marking like that, he just looked like he got the better of the Myrtleford defence there. So what a great start there by Cal Moore, but they're starting to come into the game really well, Wang. They've had 5 inside 50s to Myrtleford's 3. Jackson Clark and Alex Federico's up to the 4 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet as well. So he's been really handy. Let's just see if Myrtleford can get that really good ball use off their half-back line. They're really good. They're number 1 in the league for rebound 50s, Myrtleford. So they do work it off the half-back really well. Let's see if they can still do that this quarter.
Braden Majanovic, after spending 2 weeks in the Magoos, he's come in and he's straight into the midfield. He's lining up on Jackson East. I like it. Here come the kids of the Magpies. Federico's one. He kicks inside forward 50. McVeigh's at centre half forward. Got some work to do. Hollandine joined in the party. Big gang tackle on Liam McVeigh. And the umpire played the right decision there. He'll ball the footy up. I like the attack on the footy there from Grant, who's got a big match-up today on McVeigh. He looks to be sort of playing that high half-forward link role that you called for in the pre-game, Mont.
Yeah, absolutely. I love him going there and playing that role. And then he's also the second ruckman by the looks of it too.
Okay, now Sparks down the line here. Knowles has taken the mark, though, for the Maggies. True centre wing on the broadcast side. And Chris, picked it out. Melville, it's a great kick in the end. To the far side. Here they go, the Maggies, through Tua. And a short left foot kick. Picking up Charlie Hollandine. Really having an impact now on this Wang team. And goes with about a 30-metre kick, very wide entry, looking for his brother Fraser Hollandine. Ball rolls out of bounds just right of the scoreboard, which reads 12 apiece on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Got to pull you up there, Lukey. When you call number 29 for the Wangaratta Magpies, you've got to go the full name, the best name in football, Waitai Tua.
That's fair enough,
yeah, you've got to go the best. 40-wing stat sheet, Dan Vaccaro.
Wangaratta 7 inside 50s at the moment now on the 40-wing stat sheet. So starting to win the territory battle, Gus.
2 straight apiece, 10 minutes gone for Maccas here in the first term. We've got a free kick, Monty. It's going to go the way of the tricolours in D50.
Yeah, it's against Calmore in the ruck. Just dropped the ball when he got tackled there. So, yeah, holding the ball, great decision.
So across the back line go the Alpine Saints. Pethbridge, who's had a couple of really big jobs in his first 4 outings for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. He goes short, finds his way to Calagero. in the back pocket here for Myrtleford. You're going to kick long down the grandstand side. Big contest forms. Fraser Ellis got a fist, so did Lockie Dale. Brought it to the front of the contest. Working hard is Harrington. He left it behind. Dane Porter works his way around a telephone booth, but had no one to give the handball to. Fraser Dale, he links up with Simon Curtis, getting himself on the 40-wing stat sheet. Kicks the centre half forward. Riccardi on the half volley. On the back of the circle, he hands it out wide. This is slick from the Alpine Saints, but the execution was poor towards Del Bosco. Riccardi has to mop up his own dirty work. Curtis joined in the action, got it out wide to Diesel Beatty. Across half forward, they can run in numbers here, the Alpine Saints, and kick inside 50, but the kick was poor and chopped out by Mr. Reliable Michael Baldingong, who switches, trying to find Jackson Clark. The kick got there, and the Magpies are out if they can use the outnumber.
Jackson, short to Ellis. Just outside their D50, the clubhouse end now. 12 all if you just joined us on O&M Live. Teams can't be split at the moment on the scoreboard. Grant, oh gee, got caught in a sandwich between McVeigh and Moore, rather him than me. And then Harrington squares one up. Good kick to East. Virtue in the heart of Norm Mins. Wide kick for Lockie Murphy. Dale got one hand to it. Now he's got a chance to gather. Does so in front of Anderson. Who's that kick to? Maracas got to make some ground here. Bounces before him. Bordignon just after him. And ball has gone out of bounds. Left to centre wing on the far side, Dan.
Really positive by Myrtleford. They're playing a really positive brand of football, trying to play really methodical and get it inside that 50, but they've got to get more entries. 4 inside 50s for them, 7 for Wang at the moment. Lockie Dale 4 disposals and Fraser Dale up to 4 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet as well.
Fair welcome to the ovens of Murray too for Zach Pethbridge, Monty. Looks like he's got Cal Moore one out inside the 50.
Yeah, and he's given up about 30 kilos and 6 inches by the looks of it. And
the ball could be coming in pretty quick if Porter across half back can find an option by hand. He does so. Melville in towards a bit of space. Here comes Whiteside Tua, the best name in football. Kicks to the best player in the O&M. And Callum Moore, who's on the lead. Looks like Pethbridge will have him for pace, Monty, but the kick was just beautiful to Callum Moore's advantage.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you've got pace if you're stuck behind the big Cal. It's hard to get around him there, and that kick was absolutely unbelievable. You could hear the thud on the chest when he took the chest mark, and it's going to be a massive job for Pethbridge. I'd love to see a bit of help, maybe someone drop off him in that hole a little bit more if they're going to try and isolate him like that.
Moore finds an opportunistic pass, and Will O'Keefe, he marks very unselfish from Cal. He spots O'Keefe 40 metres out, probably 35 by the time he kicks it on a slight angle.
You don't mind that at all from big Cal. Bring his teammates into the game, and Will O'Keefe, we know he's normally a very good finisher, and I reckon he'll celebrate it too if he puts it through. Well,
he celebrated pretty hard when he kicked the big goal last week against Yarrawonga. Put him back in front late in the stage. This one is to give him the lead for the first time this afternoon. It's across the face and doesn't even trouble the scorers. Assisted across the boundary line for a restart. The Magpies 2 straight, so are the Tricolours. That's 12 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. We'll have a boundary throwing deep into attack for the Wangaratta Magpies at the 14th minute mark for Maccas.
Alex Federico as well, guys, on the 40-wing stat sheet, up to the 5 disposals, so he's really running that midfield for Wang.
In comes the ball from the boundary umpire. Bouncing. And Forrest took a swipe at it. Federico. Ground level. Grant. Swung around a tackle. Federico again. Kick smothered by Forrest, so like a repeat performance. Ball at ground level. Grant over it. Umpire to take it. Yeah, so as we said, and as we all know, both the Maggies and Saints winless as we come into this round 5 clash. So who'll break the ice today? Well, bursting through was Porter. Nearly got it there. Pethbridge rushes it across the line. And 13 plays 12 now on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. And we're going 14.5, Dan, for Maccas.
Absolutely, and yeah, it's 8 inside 50s now for Wang Magpies, but they've had the 3 marks inside 50 as well, so they're using the ball well going forward.
Taking the kick-in duties, Brad Del Bosco. In fact, it's Mitch. Brad plays cricket for Barnawatha. In goes Federico inside 50. Juice marks out in front. Big, strong Jukes. In game number 100, Monty, Big Juice Newton, this is his bread and butter.
Absolutely. You don't mind Juice getting those marks and looks at it inside 50 against Mitchy Del Bosco. But just the way Wang have been able to lock the ball inside their forward half now, they've got to get a little bit of reward for effort because they have been on top for probably the best part of 7 or 8 minutes here.
A former premiership captain and a stalwart of this football club, Michael Newton, to the Evans Street end. His kicking boots are on today. Straight over the goal umpire's hat, and the Magpies, they extend the margin to 7 points for game traffic and contracting in Wangaratta, Corowa and Albury. And that's the big start that Juice Newton was after as all the Magpies go to salute him.
Yeah, what a beautiful kick there by Juice Newton in game 100, but they're really dominating the territory battle here. They're up to 9 inside 50s, and they've had the 4 marks inside 50 as well. Myrtleford are good when they get the ball and going forward, but they've just got to find a bit more of a territory battle and get it in their forward half. Alex Federico really dominating the stat sheet, 6 disposals for him, and for Myrtleford. Fraser Dale, 4 disposals, and Lockie Dale as well has had the 4 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Scotty, was there a 50 paid?
It was, yeah. I think the man on the mark might have moved around when he was told to stand, so he would have had a shot from the goal line if he had missed it. Yeah,
well picked up. So the advantage was paid and went through for a goal, so they would have got a closer shot anyway. Okay, Clark brought down left of centre. Umpire to take it here. Again on a great day. What do you got, Gussie?
I just want to get in to find an update for Elite Building Construction on Matt Munro. He was a late out. See if we can find out a bit of a reason why. Big gap to fill for the Saints, Luke.
It is. Clearing kick from Wangaratta at ground level. Bouncing ball. Bourdignon up against Curtis. Great duel that one. Bourdignon hooks it around the line east, and also Ellis Meat. Ball over the chalk here. Just outside 50 at the clubhouse centre as we go back down to Scotty for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, I just love the way Wangaratta set up their forward line today. They've just gone a bit of a beeline straight from wherever the ball is to the goals and really trying to string out the Myrtleford defence so no one can sag off and help out.
It's the old school line out, isn't it, Mont? Really like to see that. As McVeigh took it out of the ruck and kicked down the line, Newton. Bit of work to do. Will O'Keefe provided some needed support. Got the hands onto Clark. And a well-weighted 9-iron to Juice for him to kick inside 50. Holland Dean was the target, but running back with pace was Damon Harrington, who takes a nice intercept mark, but his kick was putrid. Federico intercepts, fed it to Juice Newton, who kicks on goal. And it was just sort of a bit of a kick in hope from Juice. He threw it across the boot. I think it's just scraped through for a minor score, Monty, for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, Juice normally expecting him to do a little bit better than that, only just scraped in, but yeah, just a poor kick there by Harrington. Just open the door for Wangaratta. As I said, they haven't really blown him away yet, but they've had a lot of possession in their forward half.
Mitch Del Bosco, fullback position for the Saints at the Evans Street end, long out of the goal square. And here they come. They move it through Ned Turner. Centre wing over Young's head. And Maggie's down the line through Tilly. This is Riccardi with a chance now to pick it up. Flicks it out the back. And coming through is Sparks. Well, Blady got it out the back to Hourigan. There's a hat kicker down the line. So, and the mark is taken by the Maggies. So they'll send it back down. They're going to go for square and kick here to Jackson Clark. Plays on to Melville. Melville inside 50. Moore couldn't quite get it. O'Keefe dances around and gets it out wide here to Charlie Nash. He's gone to ground, loses his footing. Miotto off to Calvin, and the Saints get out of trouble.
They certainly do. Monty for Elite Building Construction. I reckon that's Laverty rocking the 64 jumper today.
Yep, Xavier Laverty, and also Nick Richards has changed numbers, obviously. Normally 22, wearing the 30 today.
Booker inside 50, go the Alpine Saints. Kick to the top of the square, downfield, I reckon. Umpires paid a downfield free kick.
Go back to where it was, boys, because it went through points, I reckon.
Oh, well, that's why, Monty, you are the best in the business for Elite Building Construction. Talk us through the late hit on Booker.
Yeah, just a little bit late, has it? Come off the boot. Just, yeah, a bit overzealous there. I think it's a poor decision by the Wang guys because they had 2 or 3 standing back there and it was going to go through points. They probably would have got a fast play on, but yeah, sometimes you just got to be a bit smarter as a defender.
Against Tilly, is it, Mont?
I don't think so. I'm not sure, mate. I wasn't sure who it was, but there was a bit of remonstrating going on, so there's 2 or 3 in there.
So the ball's going to be with Riley Booker. He'd probably back his chances in here. Normally a good set shot, gents.
Yeah, he's pretty clever with the ball. Gussie particular in these situations.
So we'll see how he goes here, Riley Booker. Right in front of Bay 13, as they call it here at Wangaratta. 40-metre kick on a pretty tight angle. He strikes it okay, but just to the near side for a minor score. So the Myrtleford Alpine Saints move to 2-1-12. The Magpies 3-2-20 game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, the reason why Myrtleford are losing this contest is not because of their ball movement, gents. It's been brilliant. They've just got to find a way to lock it in their forward half. They've had 6 inside 50s. I'd like to see that get up around what Wang have had, and they're in this contest big time.
Bourdignon, short one to Melville. Maggie's D50. Marjanovic, he has possession now. Over the top, O'Keefe to Richards. How they go forward. Fraser Hollandine's taken the mark. He's, 50 out. He's right on the paint here, Evans Street end. Oh, that's far too easy. over the top. So the Maggies just moving it down the ground with such ease, Scotty.
Yeah, pretty lazy defence there. Like, there was a lot of holes there. Guys around the midfield and the wingers just didn't push in to fill up holes, and Nick Richards just gut ran from the centre wing to get inside 50 and be that option for Will O'Keefe to find, and he did, and he'll go back and have a shot.
Yeah, tough angle for Nick. It really is tight, quite acute. Oh, he didn't strike that all that well. It's gone across the face and through for one behind. So 21 plays 13 here on the game traffic and contrasting scoreboard. It's the opening term at Norm Mearns. We've gone over 21 for Macca's, Dan.
Yeah, we have, and the big thing that's really hurting Myrtleford is Wangaratta have had 12 inside 50s, but they've taken 6 marks inside 50 as well, so that's where the difference is.
I reckon Riccardi marked that, the kick from fullback.
Come off hands.
Oh, you are about 5 metres away, Monty.
I heard it and saw it, so just another one, boys, too. Cam Barrett's out for Wangaratta today, and Ryan Batten's come in.
Good spot, Monty. You haven't seen the cranium of Cam out there. That's why.
Saved on sunscreen today.
Saved on his sunscreen, yes, he did. East, bit of work to do in this contest. Wrapped up in a big tackle. Looks like White Tour is teaming up with his young mate, Braden Majanovic, the new wave of Magpies. The youngsters that are coming through, they're doing a good job. Fraser Dale won the ball from the clearance and kicked up to centre half forward. Bit of work to do for the Maggies. Tilly, he pirouetted. Did he get taken high? Umpire said no. We'll ball the footy up 40 metres out from Magpies goal. 21 plays 13. The Magpies lead the Alpine Saints here in the first term for A-grade oils and batteries. With Luke Francis for the Wang Motor Group.
Yeah, ball up, Gus. 40 out, club rooms in. Maracca receives it left foot. That's a wide kick looking for Lockie Murphy-Dale. In the end, Scotty, I reckon he probably knew he could have had a shot.
Yeah, I reckon he had a bit more time and space than what he thought, and just saw Lockie Dale, who we know is a classy finisher, just on the lead, and probably should have just raised the eyes. Normally we tell players to lower the eyes a little bit. I reckon he should have just thrown it through the middle.
Yeah, I agree. But it's a lot easier from up here and where you are too, Scotty, isn't it? So here's Young. Right foot quickly. Ellis sits under it for the Maggies. Harrington on him. Booker and also Ellis. Here goes Riley. Right foot snap. Misses. Another behind, so that's his second of the game. So 22 plays 14 here. Again, on the game traffic and contrasting scoreboard. Dan, we'll go to you.
Yeah, Fraser Dale for Myrtleford's been really good, guys. He's had 6 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. Been really important in their clearances, and they're up to 8 inside 50s now, Myrtleford.
Mark Anderson, first game back for the season. Was last week, did a big job on Michael Gibbons. He goes short from the kick-in and finds the captain, Dane Porter. Between half-back and full-back, he goes by hand. The Magpies are going to try and run it up. Ball's in the hands of Richards, who fumbled, then he regathered. His kick wasn't great. Hit the knees of Lockie Murphy-Dale. Now Porter's got some work to do across half-back. His right foot kick was in towards the advantage of Holland Dean, but intercepting beautifully was Diesel Beatty. And he takes a nice mark at true centre wing, kicks the Alpine Saints into attack. Good mark taken there by Levi Young. Too far to score for big Levi, so he can kick to the hot spot for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Big contest and an even bigger mark. Looks like is it Chris Boyes who's taken that one. Nonetheless, brilliant play from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They made them defend really high and hard. And it looks like it is Crisp who's taken that mark, boys, amongst the big pack. The way they defended a full ground press up the ground there, Monty, was unbelievable.
Absolutely, and the press around the footy was fantastic too. The pressure to turn the footy over, just to let their guys that were set up behind the footy take the mark and get it back inside 50.
He was a late inclusion, this fella, and he has a chance to kick his second goal of the term. He does so. Big kick for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, and all of a sudden the margin's back to 1 point. Tell you what, Monty, talk about a good late inclusion. Charlie Crisp, he's kicked 2.
He's looked very good, hasn't he? His hands have been really good when the ball's been in his area. Tell you what, the Wangaratta back line will probably like their time again there. I think it was Mark Anderson come up third up, probably could have punched it. But yeah, Charlie Crisp being in second in line was just a little bit too good and went back and put it through for his second. Yeah,
really good period here from Myrtleford Saints. So they've had the 9 inside 50s now, so they're getting that back up. Fraser Dale, 6 disposals on the 40 winks stat sheet. Lockie Dale as well, 4 disposals. So good little period.
Yeah, great quarter of footy here. The opening term at Norm Mearns. 3 goals apiece to both the Maggies and the Saints. Deep ball from Cal Moore. Good contest, Pethbridge. And then Grant, Newton was after him. And Grant decided to take it across the line for 1 point. Saints with it. Fullback position here. Here goes Grant. Look at that for a kick. Beautiful to Lockie Murphy-Dale. He's 30 out from the Saints' own goal. Now, he's looking out the outer side. He's going to go with a long one. Look at that. looking for East out there and getting a fish to it. Looked to be Marjanovic. In fact, it's Tua. Ball's gone out of bounds here. So right centre wing, far side, Gus.
Certainly is. Dan Vaccaro, 40 wing stats.
13 inside 50s now for Wangaratta Magpies. Plays Myrtleford, 9 inside 50. So they're evening up the contest, Myrtleford. Their ball movement's been great. The defending is getting stretched sometimes.
25, almost 26 gone for Maccas. More missed it in the ruck. The Alpine Saints had numbers, one of whom was Fraserdale. Free kick for a hold. Looks like it's going to go the way of the Magpies.
Yeah, Lavity just a little bit, had best body position there, and it was just an easy free kick and decision for the umpire.
Poor kick to Anderson, got some work to do. Melville, another 40 wings disposal. Off half back come the Magpies. McVeigh's the target. Big reach for him. The contest was good between him and Forrest. Brought it back to ground level. Handball over the top from Calagero. Wasn't great. McVeigh might have given away a free kick here for a hold.
Yeah, that's what the umpires paid.
He might have reversed it there. Charlie Nash just went to ground a little bit easily.
Very easy.
It looks like McVeigh is might have caused a bit of damage here, Monty. The trainers are attending the Myrtleford play. Can't see past the tent.
It was a fair old boof as he hit him. So, yeah, it took the wind out of him, that's for sure.
Get to keep an eye on who it is, Monty. The Magpies have got a brand new bench here. It's very well decorated in their black and white colours, but it does block out that one part of the ground that we're struggling to see. And also, I think Doug might be struggling to get the pictures for it.
And there's 3 Saints guys who are standing on the bench trying to help his teammate up, so I can't really see who it is. Sorry, boys.
Forrest.
Might be Forrest, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, he was just involved in that big contest, and he's just going to come straight to the boundary, Monty, and just get a few big, deep breaths in, I dare say.
Forrest for sure, boys, and yeah, he's sucking them in and got the water bottle, but I think we'll be all fine.
Can't be too long left in the first term. Here's Del Bosco. Half back for the Saints, right to half forward. Good mark, Aiden Tilley. Didn't he stand till last week? Oh, gee. Young came in at a great time. Tua off to Melville. And they get it out wide here to Smart. So they're running out of time here, or both teams are. Right on the first term break. Smart goes down the line to centre wing. Miotto got an inside ball and tried to go again. Rush forward by Harrington. And a nice mark. That by Lavity. Into the middle. Charlie Hollandine, and then on to Federico, and they come this way to Charlie Nash.
And more drops. He marked what he should have taken. Has a bit of support if he can find it. Jackson Clark, 70 from home. Kicks to a one-on-one at the top of the square. Newton and Pethbridge. Pethbridge got a big spoil. Hollandine, this is Charlie. Deja vu from the start of the first. Crumbing goal, snapped onto the left boot and straight over the goal umpire's hat. Charlie Hollandine kicks his second. And the 4th for the Wangaratta Magpies.
How brave was that by Xavier Lavity? He took that intercept mark off half back and took it on through the middle late in the first quarter, but didn't worry him. He just went and it really set up the ground for him. And what a finish from Charlie Hollandine.
Yeah, he's one of the best finishers in the league, Charlie Hollandine. That was no exception there. Wangaratta Magpies, they've up to 14 inside 50s now, and Alex Federico has been a big part of that. He's up to the 8 disposals. On the 40-wing stat sheet, Myrtleford's ball movement been really good. 11 inside 50s for them, and Fraserdale, their leading disposal getter.
Boys. Too many in the square, so free kick to Wangaratta.
Scott Montgomery for Elite Building and Construction. There's more going in. Newton, fisted away by Pethbridge. Goes again. Well done for the Saints. They hold up in defence. Out to Del Bosco. And then Mitch comes this way to Charlie Nash. So it's been turned over. What will the Maggies do here? Won't have enough time. Scott Montgomery, what a quarter of footy. So both teams coming in without a win as we get to round 5, and that's some of the best footy I've seen all year.
Absolutely, and it's great conditions for it. Both teams want to take it on as much as they can through the middle, and that's what we saw in that first quarter. A bit more scoring would have been nice, but tell you what, it's exciting brand of footy from both sides.
Sorry, Lukey. The Magpies 4-4-28. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints 3-2-20. And the first term that went 29.5 minutes. We're in for a long one here at the showgrounds. A big first quarter thanks to A-grade oils and batteries comes to a close. We'll take a break. And on the other side of the break, the second term, the Cavaliers homes quarters best. And all the ins and the outs from the huddles as Scott Montgomery goes boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. 8-point lead to the Magpies on O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Cavalier Homes.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, Learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Magpies lead the Alpine Saints 28-20 at the first break here on O&M Live. Luke Francis and myself, Gus McLeod, we're calling the action alongside Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet. Scott Montgomery, boundary side for our good friends at Elite Building and Construction. And before we get to both of those elements of our call team, Dan, I want you to give me the Cavalier Homes quarters best.
Thanks, Gussie. For Cavalier Homes quarters best, I'm giving it to Alex Federico for Wangaratta Magpies. That quarter, he was fantastic in the coalface. He had 8 disposals and was the real front runner for Wang's midfield dominance as well. So they had 5 centre clearances, 15 inside 50s, and Alex Federico was the man. For Myrtleford, I thought Fraserdale was really good in the contest. 7 disposals for him. Mitchie Del Bosco as well has racked up 7 disposals off the halfback flank. His ball use has been really good that quarter.
Scott Montgomery, Elite Building and Construction. Ben Reid made an absolute beeline there at the quarter-time break and went straight to Braden Marjanovic.
He did. He just told him that he's a good enough player to be playing through the middle. Obviously, we spoke about it during the call that he's playing through there a bit more today, but he just needs to show him now. He just thought there was a couple of efforts that weren't probably good enough for a guy that's playing through the middle of the ground. So he just needs to make sure that he goes out there now and really steps up. And the rest of the talk was about their back six. Probably just gave Myrtleford's forwards a little bit too much leg rope to start off. This probably sat back a little bit when they want to be a bit more aggressive and get up the ground, and thought they need to go long and deep when they got a match up with Cal Moore down there. Just get it to him as much as they can. Just take the territories. Don't stuff around with the handballs. Just get it going. Well, Funky was really happy with the pressure they were able to bring. Thought they were set up pretty well. Just their kicking was letting them down a little bit through the middle of the ground and gave Wang a couple of looks when they probably shouldn't have.
So it's an 8-point ball game here. Any structural or positional changes, Monty? Looks like Curtis and Riccardi will both go deep here alongside Crisp, and I think it's probably the best look Alpine Saints forward 50 we've seen all year. As Monty makes his way
Sorry,
off
boys.
the ground.
I was just talking to Funky.
What did Funk have to say?
I was just asking him what was wrong with Muncher, and he said he's a bit sore. Probably old age has got him today. So that's
old
age.
Age.
That's what Funk said. And I said, I don't know if we're ones to talk. So yeah, that's what he said. Just a little bit sore. Just didn't quite come up. So should be right coming in the coming weeks with the bye next week.
Bye next week. Then I think they take on Corowa. So they'd want him primed and ready for that one. Matty Munro, the muncher, a late out for the Alpine Saints, and Cam Barrett out for the Magpies as well. Monty, any news on that one?
No, I just was worried about Muncher to start off with, and I'll work on Cams this quarter.
One challenge at a time for our man.
Exactly. Don't throw too many things at me on a Saturday.
Scott Montgomery doing the doubleheader today, and tomorrow, of course, Rumble on the River.
No, I'm not there tomorrow.
Oh, well, some of us will, me and Dan. Second term for Jaco Albury-Wodonga. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, second chapter, Maggies by 8. Marjanovic, he dropped that, he's gone. Saints get it, so Harrington here. In fact, Gribben's going to get the free kick. Nui handball to Harrington, ignored him in the end. Lateral to Hourigan. Now he's winding up and he sends it in. Who's down there for the Saints? Let's have a look. Riccardi at ground level picks it up. Well, went without it in the end. Calvin goes in, Tilly over him. Umpire's going to take it now. Dan, for 40 winks, what were our marks inside 50 in the first term?
Yeah, well, Myrtleford only had the 2 marks inside 50, but Wangaratta Magpies had 6 from their 15 entries, so dominating the air in their 50.
Porter wrapped up in an East tackle. Aiden Tilly on the last line of defence. Handballs over the top. Lockie Dale got one and a bit of a poke in the eye. Umpire let it go. East kick was smothered. Lockie Dale got some work to do. Want to provide support there for Calvin, and the umpire said you had a prior opportunity, Riley. And that's holding the ball. Dane Porter at full back for the Magpies. Kicks out towards the scoreboard flank. Got a push in the back was Holland Dean. Umpire might have even paid a high, Monty.
I think it was just in the back. Just, a little bit overzealous from Mitchie, but just trying to set the tone for his boys in the second quarter.
Don't mind that from the skipper. In the back pocket, Charlie Holland Dean. Kicked 2 brilliant goals in the first term. He goes short. He finds Dane Porter at full back. Dane kicks inboard, finds Laverty between half-back and full-back, kicks off a step and kicks nicely on the edge of the centre squares, Mark Anderson.
He is, and he went to Federico, and they come to the half-forward. Look at that for a kick to Ellis. Now, he's usually good by foot. That is no exception. Into Calmore, Scotty. Great ball movement.
Yeah, how good was that? 2 of the better kicks in the team. Melville over to Ellis and then inside 50 like that on the lead. You don't break stride, and Calmore is just setting himself up for a bit of a big bag again, I reckon, just like last week.
Yeah, Calmore, he's a thumping kick. And we know he can really latch onto them. So let's see what he does from this. 55 out, club rooms, and look at that. Oh, it fades across to the left, and that is one behind. So the Maggies 29 lead the Saints 20. That's on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. The second term is brought to you by Jaco Albury-Wodonga. Here is Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, well, Cal Moore just looks like he can rip this game apart. That was their first inside 50 and a mark as well for Cal Moore in the opening 2 minutes.
Just one thing, boys. Brad Melville's sort of been sitting at half-back today, so a bit of a different change. It's probably why Marjanovic has got his role in the middle. Just trying something different, I reckon.
And probably a role we thought we were going to see early days, Monty, when they had that luxury of Nation and Sharrock rolling through there. It's surprised me it's taken this long for the trigger to get pulled. I suppose he does have to be in the team for it to happen. Myrtleford does help, doesn't it, boys, when they kick the ball long down the Ovens River side of the ground. Shimmying, shaking as Richards kicks across his body. Big contest floating back. Well done by Big Knowlesy, opportunistic over the top. This is Jackson East for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Kicks the half forward. This is better play here for Myrtleford, just maintaining a bit more possession by foot. They go by hand. Fraser Dale kicks inside 50. Melville couldn't impact the contest as Riccardi marks on the lead. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
We've spoken about it for both teams. When the good ball users get it going inside 50, the forwards aren't breaking stride. And right there, Fraser Dale, prime example, one of the better ball users, just on the fly and got it out in front of Riccardi, who did not break stride. And we spoke about it early on. This could be a nice little move that Funky's pulled to get Riccardi nice and deep and have a couple shots on goal.
It'll probably extend his career too, because he's still got a lot of explosive pace. Getting towards the prime of his career, Riccardi. He might need to work on his set shot kicking though, Monty. That hasn't troubled the scorers out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, not great one there from Brody. We just gave him a bit of a wrap, and maybe we'll go back into the midfield or down even further down back if he's kicking like that.
He's let us down, Brody, but he has been good this year as well. He is Myrtleford's leading goal kicker this season as well. He's only got the 7, but he's still very good around the goals.
Yeah, so the Maggies through Brad Melville. Far side, back pocket, Evan Street Ant. Here we go, long one. Out of defence. Oh, Richards got up high. Nearly reeled it in one-handed. Federico playing a good game. He's had a good fortnight. Knowles just tapped it to Marjanovic. Off they go now to Charlie Nash. He's just running backwards. Does a 360. Straightens up. And not good enough in the end. Curtis punched it. On to Harrington. Harrington on the left foot. They go forward here for Saints. Smart's there with Riccardi. Riccardi second bite at it. And Crisp spat it back over his head to Riccardi. Anderson couldn't take it. Riccardi goes again. Now Fraser Dale in close. East. Jackson East. Quick snap. That's bouncing across the face. And that's gone out of bounds, Scotty.
It has. And you see their sharp ball movement inside their forward 50. Myrtleford. They're not scared to flick it around even when they are only 35 from goal. So I like to see that.
It's a boundary throwing deep into attack here for the Tricolours. Looks like Calvin's going to go up in the ruck here. Got a glove on. Don't often see the glove at local level.
No.
Tap was one. Free kick to Calvin. Advantage could be paid. I think it's Riccardi who kicked from the advantage, Monty, and the umpire is going to say it counts. So it's a goal to the Alpine Saints, and it's back to a 3-point ball game.
Jeez, you wouldn't be happy if you're Riley Calvin, will you? 25 out slide angle gets taken away by Brody Riccardi, but a goal on the board is all they'll be worried about, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Bit of reward for effort because they've started this quarter very, very well. Yeah,
beautiful finish there by Brody Riccardi. He's a class player. We've talked about him throughout the game, and a really good start by Myrt. That's their 4th inside 50 for the quarter as well. So their ball use is better, and they're trying to gain some territory battle as well. So really good, positive start from Myrtleford.
Yeah, Maggies by 3. If you've just tuned into O&M Live, 15-663-E, Dan Vaccaro, Scott Montgomery, Gus McLeod, and also Luke Francis. We're at Norm Mearns. There's Federico out of the middle. Right foot and sends it long. Newton, let it go in the end. Forrest over the top. Here's Grant. And then on that left foot, not the best, it kicks Newton, knocks it out of bounds. Boundary throwing, arc of the 50, outer side here, clubhouse end, Dan.
Yeah, Alex Federico, the Preston Prince, guys, he's dominating this contest. So he's up to 11 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, and he's been really, really critical in their clearance work as well.
6.5 gone for Maccas. Second term, thanks to our friends at Jayco, Albury, Wodonga. Comes back into play. Gribben won the tap. Federico applied a big crunching tackle. Now Melville joins in the action, so does Juice Newton in game number 100. Inside 50, the Magpies go. Moore's the target. Well done, Pethbridge. Got a really good, clever spoil. Ball finds its way to Nash, who got taken high. Umpire ignored it, and he's paid holding the ball. Wow. Gee whiz. Charlie Nash, he could be any other player in the competition. I reckon he's won himself a free kick there. It's going to be holding the ball. The Alpine Saints win it, but Charlie should be having a set shot for mine.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Saints will move it just outside the 50. Turner with it now. This is Ned. Now he's calling for someone on the flank. He straightens up a little. Good kick in the end. Looked off the defence to Gribben. Then on to Curtis. Here they go. Riccardi's got out the back. Takes the mark. Well done, Saints. Plays on. This will be a goal. Runs in Brody. Doesn't make a mistake this time. And kicks a goal. So that's interesting. It was good ball movement again, Scotty.
Absolutely was. They're taking it on through the middle, and Simon Curtis. Not many other players would have hit Riccardi on the lead like that on the fly. We're running back towards goal, but we know how good a kick Simon Curtis has been, and that was no exception right there. And Brody Riccardi looking like that live wide we spoke about. Yeah,
you can't question Myrtleford any more than that. Was just fantastic. The way they move the ball is really good for one of those bottom tier teams to really get some positive through the middle of the ground. And a good finish there by Brody Riccardi. 4 disposals, 8 for the day, and 2 goals. So he's dominating this contest.
Myrtleford 5-2-32. The Magpies 4-5-29. CMV truck and bus scoreboard. The Alpine Saints regain the lead. Back in the centre of the ground. Pinballs around. Ruckman Gribben has been penalised for a free kick. Federico, the recipient, who chips out wide. Ovens River side of the ground. Good contest. Alice are going to be winning the free kick here. He got a fair piece of the ball nonetheless. Bit of feedback came late as he kicks out wide. Across half forward, he finds Jackson Clark. Kick and a half, 70 from home, you'd say. Low, chiselling ball. Worked out okay. Umpire said touched and play on. Melville, standing start. Underground ball, got it towards Richards. McVeigh on the left boot with a high up and under in the Callum Moore direction. Pethbridge, another crucial spoil. Falls the way of Braden Marjanovic. Got a pep up at quarter time to the top of the goal square. Moore, brute strength, brought it to ground level. And on the last line of defence, well done, Calagero. Little chiselling kick. I tell you what, Monty, for elite building construction, Zach Pethbridge is an absolute star the Alpine Saints have picked up in the D50.
Absolutely. If you get him on someone his own size, he will not lose a contest. He's playing out of his weight division at the moment, but it's good to see.
Here goes O'Keefe, wins it for the Maggies, squaring ball to the top of the goal square. Moore went up, got two hands to it. Here goes Charlie Holland-Dean, snavels the goal for the Maggies. They swoop again. So that's a 3-point margin, or is it 4 points? That's back to a 3-point margin to the Maggies, Dan.
Yeah, and Charlie Holland-Dean kicks his third. What a fantastic finish there. A really good small forward Charlie Holland-Dean is. And Wang just get the settler there. That was their fifth inside 50. And the contest that Callum Moore created then was really crucial to Wang kicking the goal. But I think Pethbridge is doing a reasonable job so far. He looked like he was about to grab the game by the scuff of the neck. But the last two contests by Pethbridge has been fantastic. And on the 40-wing stat sheet, Federico, he's had 4 disposals already this quarter, 12 for the game. So he's really dominating. And Brad Melville, 3 disposals, and Dane Porter 3 disposals this quarter.
About 3 years ago, Monty, we thought this youngster called Fraser Holland-Dean was pretty good. Well, his brother Charlie's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. He surprised me today. First time I've seen him live, and he's looked so good and so classy as a finisher. 2 up. Umpire said he got the kick away in the nick of time at true centre wing. It allowed Federico to kick a high up and under in the juice direction. Good spoil. Came from Forrest. He made a contest. McVeigh got taken high. Umpire let it go. Will O'Keefe's got a bit of space to work around. Outside of the boot, top of the goal square. Spills out the back. Moore and Pethbridge. Well done, Pethbridge. Went for a slap. Found his teammate and former teammate from WA and Jackson East, who goes to the captain Del Bosco at centre half back and just wants to take the sting out of this a little bit. He's going to chisel it inboard. He finds Fraser Dale at true centre half back.
Yeah, Saints with possession. Did well to hold up on that occasion. That's a wide ball for Gribben, not good. Bounces out of bounds, Scotty.
Yeah, that's just that kick, isn't it, that at times has let Myrtleford Alpine Saints down today. Just through the middle of the ground. Just now they get to reset Wangaratta and go again, whereas if they hit that kick, they're moving and going inside 50. So they just need to clean that little one up between half back and half forward.
Around the grounds, Wangaratta Mazda, Adelaide Crows 57, North Melbourne 28.
Expected.
Yeah, that one being played in Tassie. Wouldn't think it'd be a record-breaking crowd down there. Here's Bourdignon.
Be more viewers in our game today, Lukey, than that one, I'd say, on the television.
I don't know.
Open the gates, I reckon, for that game. Free tickets.
Turner. As we are now, Riccardi. Here we go again. Oh, don't tell me he's kicked that. That's going through. Yep. The Saints are on here. They are on today. So they're back to a 3-point lead today. They're looking good, Scotty.
Absolutely, and that's Brodie Riccardi's third for the quarter, boys. He is lighting it up in this second quarter at the Norman's Oval.
He's looking like a little Toby Green, isn't he? He's been fantastic. 5 disposals and 3 goals, 9 for the game as well for Brodie Riccardi. So he's keeping Myrtleford well and truly in this battle.
Don't think he's had as many trips to the tribunal as Toby, though.
No, I don't think anyone has. I don't think anyone has.
It's 22,
just as much of a pest.
Yeah, that's maybe true.
3 in the turn for Brodie Riccardi. He's putting on some performance. He's Brodie. I reckon Funky's just found a new spot for him. Inside the forward 50, let him go to work. Back in the middle, Calvin, he won the tap. Whistle, free kick. A lot of whistles out of the centre stoppage here. This one is going to go the way of the tricolours. They kick inside 50 once again. Lockydale was the target. Naish was there. Coming through was Turner. Fed the ball towards a little bit of space. Snap on goal. Don't think it's quite got the accuracy across the face for a minor score. So they're doing all the attacking here at the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They lead this contest 6-3-39 to Myrtleford. Sorry, to the Wangaratta Magpies 5-5-35. It's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And kicking in from full back, looks like it's going to be Squid Melville. We'll cross boundary side, Elite Building Construction, Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, as we spoke about, Squid playing up half-back today, so this is probably one of the roles why he's gone back there, just a really elite ball user, so try and get in his hand as much as they can.
And kicks it to Clark. Down inside 50, second turn, thanks to 40 Wings.
6 apiece, Lukey.
Well done, Clark. Goes right out wide here. So they hold it, the Maggies. Evans Street end, far side, and Melbourne wants it back and will receive it. So Saints have manned up here to Clark again on half-back. Not gaining much territory here, the Maggies. Clark in 2 minds. Short one. Goes out wide. So this is Tilly. And Tilly. Yeah, there's not much speed on the ball here, Scotty.
No, they've set up so well, Myrtleford, behind the footy here. They've really pressed up, and they're taking away all the shorts that Wangaratta normally kick through.
And here goes Tua on a lateral kick, and he'll pick up Laverty.
He marks on the edge of the centre square between half-back and true centre wing. Laverty, the left footer, dangerous-looking kick, works well. Finds Melville. Back into the side after a hamstring complaint. He kicks it towards a bit of space. Federico needs a good bounce, gets an okay one. But the pressure came from the tricolours and he assisted across the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. 50 metres out from Wangaratta goal. The scoreboard, thanks to CMV Truck and Bus, reads Myrtleford Alpine Saints 6-3-39. Wangaratta 5-5-35. Almost 15 minutes gone for Maccas.
Dan, what do you got for us, 40 Wings?
Brad Melville, boys. He's had 11 disposals and 5 in the last 3 minutes, and there he is again.
There he goes, Melville. Fires away from 48. That is a cracker. That is an absolute steel line goal of the day. Don't worry about that. That was nice, Scotty.
Yeah, how good was that? Just get it in his hands as much as he can because he can do things like that. He's kicked that one from right on the 50 arc and he's worked his backside off to get up the ground from half-back to get involved in that play.
Yeah, well, I think his role from half-back is paying dividends at the moment. He's up to 12 disposals and his ball use off half-back has just been vital for Wangaratta Magpies. So what a start that is. And that's their 7th inside 50 now. 6 disposals for Brad Melville. 6 disposals this quarter as well for Alex Federico, who's really dominating that centre ground. Myrtleford need to find a way to get it back in their 50 and get it in the hands of Brodie Riccardi, who's had 5 and 3 this quarter.
Great finish from Squid. Back in the middle, yet another free kick from a centre stoppage. This one's going to go the way of Wangaratta, is it? No?
It's going to be Myrtleford. It just wasn't the ruckman. I think it's East, is it?
I think it is. So Calvin, a bit opportunistic there, just trying to get a free kick. East, low Chisler, beautiful kick, finds its way to Lockie Dale. This is the guy you want the Sharon in the hands of when you're 60 from home. Normally a brilliant kick, a brilliant decision maker and a brilliant user. Umpire calls him to play on. Top of the square is the destination. Big pack forms. Booker snaps and goals. Instant response from Riley Booker and the Alpine Saints regain the lead by 4 points for CMV Truck and Bus. Simply too easy going inside attacking 50 for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Yeah, what a finish by Riley Booker. That is fantastic work by Myrtleford. Their small forwards really come into the fold, led by Brodie Riccardi, but what a finish there by Booker. That's their 80 inside 50 for the quarter. They've only marked the ball once this quarter inside 50, but their crumb work has been top-notch as well.
Yeah, they're answering all the questions at the moment, Scotty.
Yeah, they've been fantastic, and that's the 5th lead change for the game already, boys, and the last 5 goals have resulted in lead changes.
Yeah, 4-point lead to the Saints. If you've just joined us on O&M Live, 15-6-3-E, we're at Norm Men's. Calvin goes out of the ruck. He's Porter. Maraka came from the opposite direction. And now Marjanovic off to Charlie Hollandine. Short one. Gee, him and Fraser try to link up so often. Here's McVeigh. Had a great game last week. In Yarrawonga, Porter, high ball going in, more one out in the goal square.
Hold.
Yep. Yeah, just that little panic there from Pethbridge, Scott.
Look at Willow Keefe's just trying to stooge one here. I don't know
50?
Nah.
Well, Cal was actually pointing, saying it's a goal.
The ball had definitely stopped when Will jumped on it. He just looked around and went, oh, we'll see what happens.
He's done that because the little man gets on Calmore's shoulders about this distance too. So.
Yeah, the little man, hey, Dan.
No, but again, both the same as the last goal from Myrtleford. When you get it nice and deep, you're going to be a chance at scoring because defenders will grab or your smalls come into the game if you don't quite mark it as a key forward.
This would put him 2 in front. 25 out directly in front. Calmore misses. Now, Dan was talking about that little man on the shoulder, Dan.
Hit the nail on the head.
What do you reckon he'd say?
I don't know what he says, but he's well and truly in his head.
I think we've all had a case of that little man.
Not me.
3-point lead. It's going the way of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Thanks, Dan.
They kick out to the Ovens River side of the ground. Will O'Keefe wrapped up in a big crunching tackle will ball it up across Myrtleford half-back. Scott Montgomery, Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, I think that the way they're going to finish this quarter here, Myrtleford need to probably kick 1 or 2 more. They've probably dominated the quarter, but haven't been able to kick away because Wang's just responded every time they've been able to kick goal. 6 goals in this third term. Here's Simon Curtis, Ovens River side of the ground, true centre wing. On his non-preferred, up towards full forward, Booker. He trailed the contest. Now he's got a bit of work to do. Clever work there from Maraca. Now the Saints go inside 50. Lockie Dale, one out. Good use of the body, but the bounce was poor. And I reckon Michael Bording-Young might have been holding him illegally there, Monty. Yep, I'm with you. Umpires, hang on. Go umpire forgot the signal point, so they can't play on yet. But, yeah, I thought he did get the jumper tugged a little bit by Michael Bording-Young there.
Yeah, CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, and we see the Saints up by 3 points, 7-3 to 6-6. So 45 plays 42.
We're discussing whether it's touched, I think, boys. Whether it's touched through for a point or whether it's going to be a goal.
We can't go to the video, can we, Scotty?
Well, the boundary umpire is about 40 metres away, so I don't know what they've got to say.
Yeah.
Minor score.
Which is the right call in the end, I think.
2 minutes, we'll never get back.
Maybe not. 30 seconds on the Macca's time clock. Mark Anderson at fullback, Lukey. He's got the kick-in duties now.
He has, Gus. Dan Vaccaro not happy. Seething. As Anderson. Oh, good mark by Gribben. That ball was coming at him pretty quickly. So the Saints, what can they set up from here? Here's another entry. In the second term, Lockie Murphy-Dale got up high. Federico, he's playing a wonderful game. And then they come out of half-back, the Maggies. Charlie Hollandine tried to get rid of Hurrigan and threw him into the ball. And then it's called without it. So Hurrigan now for the Saints has possession.
He does. We've hit the 20-minute mark for Macca's here. The runner almost got hit there.
It would have been a free kick to 50-man penalty because that's the Wangaratta runner. So he's in the area still.
Grant, left foot kick, hugs the boundary line. Good work. Laverty just misread it. Booker gets a nice bounce and a clean pick-up. Chisels the ball to Dale. And it could be a 50 here. Could be a 50. Umpire says no, but Lockie Murphy-Dale, he'll kick this from 30 metres out on a fairly acute angle. He's 15 metres in from the paint, but that is scintillating footy from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
It is. Not much Michael Bording-Young could have done there. Riley Booker just broke away from the pack, and what a kick to Lockie Murphy-Dale, who'll go back here, try and get his first of the day, and we know how electric he can be when he starts hitting the scoreboard.
They're seeking a game-high lead here of 10 points. Now the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, Lockie Dale to the Evans Street end. It's a long, measured approach. His right foot kick is sensational. Over the goal umpire's hat, the Alpine Saints extend their margin to 10 points on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. And we've played 21 minutes in the second term for Jaco Albury-Wodonga.
Yeah, fantastic finish by a fantastic player, Lockie Dale, a really, really good player. And Myrtleford are playing brilliant this quarter. They're up to 11 inside 50s now. It's on the back of dominant display early on from Brodie Riccardi, who's kicked the 3 goals this quarter. Lockie Dale getting into the work now, and Fraser Dale getting his hands on the footy as well. So Myrtleford playing really good footy, and Wang behind the 8 ball a little bit.
Yeah, we mentioned in the pre-game that the Saints hadn't managed more than 10 goals in their first four games this season. So in round 1, they kicked 10 against North Albury, managed 7 against Wodonga in round 2, kicked 9 against Yarra round 3, and 10 against the Panthers in round 4. And right now, they have 8 on the board, and we haven't reached half-time. So they're scoring.
I also reckon we've broken the record for free kicks out of the sent-up bounce as well.
Yeah, and there goes Clark. Loads up. What's happened there, Gussie?
Oh, something's gone down, Lukey. Keep calling the footy.
Something's gone down. Grant, here he goes. Oh, had the shimmy. And then Pethbridge brought across the line, made no attempt to get rid of it. He just wanted the chalk, Scotty, and he got it.
Yeah, absolutely. He did. That's all he was aiming for there. Did not want to keep the ball in at all and just be able to reset and go again here from this stoppage.
Put that picture back on the wall there, Gussie.
I certainly did. It was actually one of our batteries. That'll come in pretty handy later on.
Beautiful.
In the call. Boundary throw-in into attack for the Magpies. Free kick, ruck infringement. Juice Newton.
Played it so well there, Juice. So well.
That is 100 games of O&M experience coming to the forefront, Mont.
Yeah, just positioned his body in the right spot and got his arm tangled in the right position to make sure it made it look like he was going to get held. I don't know if there was much holding going on, but he made it all it was worth, and he'll go back here. And Juice loves these positions. These are easy bread and butters for him.
Michael Newton already kicked 1 in the first. The Magpies need this. Juice Newton strikes it sweetly. They get around Juice in game number 100. All of a sudden, we're back to a 4-point ball game for C&V Truck and Bus. The Alpine Saints lead the Pies.
Yeah, good finish there by Juice Newton. As Monty said, it's like shelling peas for him. I did think he got a little bit lucky out of that free kick there, but nonetheless, he made the most of it, and Wang bite back now. 9 inside 50s for them. Alex Federico, the Preston Prince, he's had 7 disposals this quarter, 14 for the game. Brad Malvore's had the 7 disposals as well, 13 for the game. So both of those players playing really well. And for Myrtleford, it's Brodie Riccardi, 5 disposals, 3 goals this quarter.
Yeah, Saints still with a 4-point lead. So back in the centre, Gribben. Federico sharked it. How many now down on the 40-wing stats?
9 this quarter.
Went off to Richards. Del Bosco working hard back there. He's wrapped up. Oh, eventually got a kick away. Moore's taken the mark. Didn't go the required distance.
It has to be. He's paid a mark.
He has paid it, okay.
Not about 20.
Fair enough. That's all right. Here he goes, Cal.
Oh,
loads up. Look at that. Now, where's Newton? Here he goes. Got hands to it. Big pack up. Calagero came out the side. Harrington and also Ellis. Spins around Ellis. Left foot. Rolling ball. Petherbridge. And comes to the back pocket and picks up Riley Booker.
Long way from home, Riley Booker. Worked his way up into the D50. 24 minutes gone, Mont.
I think he's just trying to play that loose man role and get back and help, because obviously they're yelling from the bench here. Just down the line, kill the footy, kill the quarter. So we'll see how they go.
Maracca in board, Lockie Dale. They're playing methodically here. Ball goes towards Hourigan for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints across half-back. 24 and a half gone for Maccas. Probably still a minute or 2 left in this game. We've had 8 majors. Myrtleford, they kick long down the broadcast side wing. Moore front and centre, got it towards Melville, who kicks inboard. Porter's got some work to do. Went for the opportunistic run. Fraser Dale mopped up. Maracca inboard to East. Now Fraser Dale once again. Hourigan across his body. High up and under. Well done there, Maracca, involved in the contest. Falls the way here for Young if he can get a clean go. Great work, Michael Bourdignon. That's holding the football. Holding the football from Michael Bourdignon, a great rundown tackle, and he's going to be rewarded with a free kick for holding the ball, Mont.
Had Charlie Crisp over the top all by himself too, so Michael Bourdignon had to come off Crisp to lay that tackle, and to tell you what, it was a goal-saving tackle.
Well, he looks a bit sore too, Monty.
Yeah, I reckon that shoulder might have got reefed a little bit when he just wrapped the one arm around to start off with. A lot of momentum to stop.
Yeah, one of the defensive plays of the year in the O&M, that tackle from Michael Bourdignon. Whistle. This one going to Fraser Dale. In the contest with Cal Moore. Fraser holds it up, says, who wants it? Come and get it. Now, who's he going to pick out?
Played on.
Yeah, he has now. And that was an ordinary kick in the end. To the arc of the 50. Yeah, they didn't reach maximum distance from that kick. Clark takes the mark. So, and he wants to square it. Now, here we go. Ellis is out. Stripes are out and running here at Norm Mins. Ellis has one bounce. Gets his kick away. Charlie Hollandine. In fact, it's Fraser. Good hand, Scotty.
Again, how good was the kick from Jackson Clark just to open the whole ground up there, and the run from behind the footy. That's what we love to see Wangaratta up and doing when they're on the fly. And yeah, what a grab. Fraser Hollandine. The Hollandine boys are playing like some sort of game combined today.
And Scotty, it all comes back to that poor kick from Fraser Dale here on centre wing.
Yeah, I don't know why he played on. That was the weird thing. He sort of took his time. He should have just gone long and down the line.
Here goes Fraser Hollandine. Oh, he's hooked that one badly. And that one's just snuck through from one behind. So the Maggies trail now by 3 points. Myrtleford at 52, Maggies 49 on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard.
26 minutes gone for Maccas. Deep into time on, you'd expect here. As Del Bosco goes short. Nice looking kick to Calagero in the back pocket. Now he goes short to full back. Got to be careful here, Monty. They don't cause a turnover in this dangerous spot.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get it long down the line and hopefully open up the game a little bit, because if they just play around in the back 50, it's more chance of being turned over.
Del Bosco gains 25 metres. Kick was interesting. Turnover. Dale mops up. That was Fraser. They worked their way out of a pretty ordinary situation there. Now the ball's in the hands of East. Inboard kick. They could have raffled that. Mark has been taken in by Miotto, inboard. This is better from the Alpine Saints. Spreading the game open whilst maintaining possession. Coming through off half-back in the centre of the ground go the Alpine Saints now. And this is the part of the game they've let themselves down with. Calagero turns the football over as they go inside 50 Mont.
Yeah, a little bit soft, but it was definitely there. A little bit late, Brodie Riccardi. And he's going to get another 50 here. The boys got in the way, didn't let him run. He's going to go from deep defensive 50 to a shot on goal for Brad Melville here. The boys just needed to get out of the way. That's the new rule.
He did that well. He chased Riccardi first. Yeah, and then he chased down Miotti. He wasn't awake. Oh.
And Brad Melville, he's a booming kick of the football. All of a sudden, the Alpine Saints have gone from working the ball deep in the back pocket to half forward, and now they're facing a set shot, which would give the Magpies the lead on the eve of quarter time. Squid Melville back into the senior side for his second goal in a term. He kicks it, he hooks it across the face. Has the mark been paid? I think it has been paid to the Alpine Saints in Pethbridge, who had front position, and it might have been just a kick too far for Brad. Pethbridge marks in the back pocket.
Here he comes. Long ball out, many hands up. And that's the long break at Norm Mints. 3-point lead to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints at halftime. 8-4-52 to the Maggies, 7-7-49. The halftime show brought to you by McDonald's. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Fridge broken down.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
welcome back to the Norm Means Oval, where we are seeing a cracking game of Ovens and Murray football between the Myrtleford Alpine Saints and the Wangaratta Magpies. Half-time scoreboard reads Myrtleford 52 to the Wangaratta Magpies 7-7. It's been an absolute thrilling, great start. Bax, what did you make of the first half?
Yeah, well, it was a really interesting contest. I felt like Myrtleford played really well. They got it forward. The one thing I love about Myrtleford is they just take the game on, don't they? They may have gotten beaten or they may have gotten found out in defence on the rebound, but they're fantastic going forward with the footy. And I guess Wang are hanging in there. They've still had a fair few shots on goal. 14 shots and a half is still a fair bit, but they've just got some players that I think need to lift, Mont.
Yeah, we were sort of running through that off air, weren't we? And
yeah,
there's probably half the list that may need to just pull their finger out a little bit in the second half if they're going to be a chance. But what we'll do, we'll run through the goal kickers. We've got Brodie Riccardi kicked 3 in that second term. He really lit the light for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Charlie Crisp had 2 in the first quarter. Late inclusion, been fantastic. Riley Booker's got the 1, Levi Young and Lockie Murphy-Dale. While for Wangaratta, Charlie Hollandine has been absolutely superb with his goal kicking. He's kicked the 3, 2 to Michael Newton and singles to Kelmore and Brad Melville. And the 40-wing stat sheet, Vax, what is that telling us right now? Who's the players that are standing up, and what do the team stats say with why the scoreboard looks the way it does?
Well, the team stats on the 40-wing stat sheet, Mon, actually spells a really even contest. So 27 inside 50s for Wang, 24 inside 50s for Myrtleford, so really even that half. Wangaratta going forward have marked the ball more, so 8 inside 50 marks in that half, and only 4 to Myrtleford. Myrtleford are a lot better on the ground in that crumbing sort of style, but really even. Centre clearances 7-4 in favour of Wang. A really well adjudicated game as well, I must say. 10 inside 50, 10 free kicks paid each as well, so really even output there from the umpires. And then we go through the players. Dane Porter's been reasonably solid. He's had the 9 disposals. I think Jackson Clark's been pretty good. He's had 12 disposals. Brad Melville and Alex Federico have been their 2 best for mine. Brad Melville's had the 15 disposals and Alex Federico's had the 17. So both of those players really dominating and flying the flag for Wang that half. And over to Myrtleford, Simon Curtis has been quiet. He's only had the 4 disposals. Brodie Riccardi's been Myrtleford's best for mine. He's had the 9 disposals and he's kicked 3 goals. He's there
forward,
shining light up forward. He's just been fantastic. Mitch Del Bosco's been reasonably good off half-back as well. 13 disposals for him. I really like the move to half-back. I know a few people have asked that question because he's such a bull in the midfield, but that good experienced head on that ball user, putting behind the footy is really paying dividends for Myrtleford in this game. Lockie Dale's been good. He's had the 10 disposals and a goal, and Fraser Dale I think's been really good. He's had the 12 disposals as well.
Yeah, I think with Mitch Del Bosco going down back, it just allows the Dale boys to do what they do through the middle of the ground, and it just lets them just set up because he's such a good ball user. The way they want to slingshot from half back, like a lot of good teams do, it just allows them to do that with him being able to pick it apart through the middle of the ground because he's a good decision maker too. Yeah, well, I think you just mentioned it then, the Dale boys coming into that team as recruits really helped that. You saw so many times last year where they'd win it out of the middle because you've still got that experience of Munro and you've got Mitch Del Bosco as well, and then it comes back out so quickly. So they've got no one down back to sort of have that really responsible head, and Mitch Del Bosco's that. Yeah, I think you're spot on there. We look at the game. Are Wang just a bit off, or are Myrtleford actually playing a brand of footy that we probably haven't seen since their first game against North Albury, where they've probably had a couple of down weeks, but their press up behind the footy has been really impressive for mine. The way they've been able to close the footy down through the middle of the ground, put the Wangaratta players under the pump a little bit. They're probably a little bit undermanned in defence, like we just see Kelmore with Pethbridge. Pethbridge is a little bit smaller than what you'd like your key back to be, especially when he's got to take on a guy the size of Kelmore. But, you know, he's doing a good job. He's kept Kelmore to 1 in the first half, so...
You nailed it there. I think in the first quarter they looked really stretched, and then I think we mentioned at quarter time as well that I think Funky might have just mentioned that backline's got to become a little bit more stingy, and that's exactly what they were in that quarter. I think Pethbridge did better at sort of halving that contest. I noticed that he wasn't getting so much body on body with Kelmore. He was sort of just staying off because Kelmore's going to beat everyone in a body on body, and I think Pethbridge just played a little bit smarter. He just stayed off him and tried to sort of impact the contest last second and did a really good job. To answer your question, is it a case of Wang being better or Myrtleford being really good? I'm going to give credit to Myrt. I think Myrt have been fantastic. I think their ball movement's really great. I think they'd be keeping up to the pace with pretty much every team in the comp except for Rovers and Yarra so far. I think they've been really fantastic. Look, I think Wang need a lift. They're not playing anywhere near their best footy, and they haven't all year, except for probably last week where they played really well and probably deserved to win. But Wang have just been far too inconsistent. So, but the credit to Wang, credit to Myrtleford. I think their ball movement's second to none. And I think their real experienced and good players are coming to the fore. forefront and having a really good half.
I think we spoke about it before the game, that probably the bottom six of Myrtleford's what's going to let them down today. But today, it's probably been the other way around. We feel probably the lesser-known players from Wangaratta haven't been able to get involved in the game, and the guys from Myrtleford, who we probably don't give a lot of credit to, Forrest, Grant, Gribben in the ruck, who's been fantastic against Knowles. They're probably guys that we probably wouldn't look at coming into the game as guys that could stand up, but they're playing their role really well, and it's the reason why they hold a 3-point lead at half-time.
Yeah, for sure. You're spot on, and I think Funky would love that, because basically what he's trying to do is get those guys exposure to footy, and the more games they play, the better they're going to get. And with every single game they play, those role players who still probably aren't up to scratch yet are going to be up to scratch soon, because they're just going to keep playing and playing. And the great thing he has is balance. He's got young players and he's got real experienced players. So for a team that's building, he has got a fantastic balance of players, and he's got a fantastic game plan where they take the game onto the middle and they play a real attacking brand of football. So Myrtleford are only going to get better from here as the years go on.
Yeah, and I love the way he set his team up with Riccardi going forward, Del Bosco back. He's brought the Dale boys back in. They're playing different roles. Lockie Dale's half forward through the middle. Fraser will go to half back, then come through the middle. Gives their young guys a good chance to play through the middle of the ground, the more important parts of the ground. And it shows that he's got real emphasis on where they want to start the ball and where they want to finish the ball. They want to start the ball, win it from half back. They don't care about turning it over through the middle as much. It's more from half back and then slingshot. And then once they're inside 50, they want their real experienced players who can finish the job, which, as we've seen Brodie Riccardi do in that second quarter, kicking 3. It just shows that he's set the ground up really well. He's sort of saying, well, you know what, the middle of the ground, our top end's probably not as good as some other top ends, so let's maybe give some kids some go to get some experience as well, get our bigger, more experienced bodies at both ends of the ground, and let's see what we can do when we get it inside either 50, and if we can defend well and then move it well through the arcs, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, and you said it just then at the start of that conversation, was that you've got experienced players down back and up forward as well. So as soon as they work out that midfield, then you've got reliable heads up both ends of the ground, which I love.
Yeah, and on the Wangaratta side, it's probably just too few doing the bulk of the work at the moment, isn't it? There's probably 10 to a dozen guys that probably haven't really fired a shot in the first half of footy, which is pretty disappointing for Wangaratta, especially after losing the way they did last week. You know, nearly last kick of the game. I think it was 3 minutes to go or whatever when Yarrawonga hit the lead again. So, yeah, that would be really disappointing that they've come out and not really given a massive effort in terms of their intensity. I think there's probably some players that are playing really, really hard and at that high intensity, but there's some guys that are probably maybe going through the motions a little bit, and they need a real lift from everybody.
You're spot on there. The two stats, I reckon I mentioned them briefly before the game. The two stats that stand out to me all year is that they're 9th in the league, so only beating Corowa in disposals, and they're 9th in the league for tackles. So not only are they touching the ball, they're not tackling either. So they're not doing one. Generally, if you're a poor disposal team like Corowa are, Corowa's 2nd in the league for tackles. So they defend.
Enough,
correct. They don't even have the ball, and they're not even tackling. So that screams effort to me, Mont. And that's probably a little bit harsh, but that's exactly what that is. If they're not getting their hands on the footy and they're not tackling, you're actually not playing footy.
No, exactly.
Like, what are you actually doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the big question marks on Wang. And they've, you know what, Myrtleford are going to beat them if they don't bring one of those two things at least in that second half.
Well,
they
totally
will
agree.
lose.
Totally agree if you're right there, Vaxie. So if you're just joining us for the Macca's halftime show, the scoreboard leads Myrtleford 8-4-52, leading the Wangaratta Magpies 7-7-49, 3-point lead at halftime. It has been a ripping start to the game. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after that break with all the second half action on O&M Live, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to O&M Live at the Norm Minns Oval. It's a 3-point ball game. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints lead the Wangaratta Magpies. Players just into position, spectators heading off the ground. Third term's coming away for Albury-Wodonga MG. And it's shaping up to be an absolute belter. Umpires are just waiting for the little kiddies up the back to get off the ground, Monty.
Yeah, the Wangaratta come out very, very early, and we were in their positions before the umpires had even walked out. So they're keen to get this second half going and see if they can't change the tide of the game.
Here we go, the third term, Albury-Wodonga MG. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, so will this game break open or will it stay close for the duration? We're about to find out. Saints with a 3-point lead. Here's Frazerdale. Gets one out the side. And then Curtis swung around, got the handball release. Players going in. Gee, it's tight in there. Harrington tried to get a kick out. Griven thought he cut one high. Umpire said play on. Del Bosco holding free kick. So Saints will get it here on half back. They come this way to Grant. Adjacent to the beautiful grandstand here at Wang. We're at Norm Minns for O&M Live on 1566 3&E.
And the kick, to put it nicely, was atrocious, Monty.
Yeah.
Out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, had a real short option there he probably could have used too. So just got to make sure if you're going to do that and go over the top of someone who's free, you better hit the target.
Alice comes in board to centre half back with Dane Porter. Porter's handball missed him in Alice, but he regathers possession. He's got Melville. The last line of defence. Opts to switch the ball. Turnover inside, attacking 50. And the mark's been taken once again by the late inclusion. Big Charlie Crisp.
Spoke about it at half time. Just the forward press and pressure that Myrtleford's put on Wangaratta today has forced some turnovers, and that one there is no different. Brad Melville, normal and beautiful kick of the footy, just turned it straight over, and Crisp has looked very, very lively and a real option for Myrtleford inside 50.
Kicked 2 goals in the first term, did Crisp. Both at this end. The right footer, the late inclusion. The star in the forward line for the Alpine Saints. Charlie Crisp kicks his third, and the Alpine Saints 9th on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. They extend the margin to 9 points.
What a finish there by Charlie Crisp. A beautiful kick at goal and a really bad, uncharacteristic turnover there from... What a start for Myrtleford, and Ben Reid will just be getting a little bit nervous. You do not want to be in this position going into in about half an hour's time, Lukey.
Yeah.
Staring down the barrel of 0-5. Myrtleford playing really good football.
Yeah, that's it, Dan. That's it. It's becoming, well, not alarming, but it's now out to 9 points. Myrtleford here. They lead early in the third term. Back in the middle. Noel's got a quick one out of the pack. Grant starting to get his hands on the footy back there. He's been good. And here he comes across half back. Left foot lays it out. While Lockie Murphy-Dale just got rid of Anderson. Umpire call play on. Lockie inside 50 to the pocket. Brodie Riccardi didn't quite make it. Ball goes out of bounds. So, yeah, what about that late inclusion, Scotty? Charlie Crisp coming in, and CC, well, he's kicked 3.
Yeah, it's about taking your chances when you get him, isn't it? He probably turned up today thinking he was going to play at the 12 o'clock game, got the call up really late apparently with Matt Manro not coming up, and he's kicked 3. It's going to be hard for Funky to get rid of him next week.
Yeah, yes it is.
He's going to compete in the ruck here against Knowles. Give it to Crisp. He took it out of the ruck, threw it onto his boot. Don't tell me. Just faded to the right-hand side for a minor score. So the Tricolours, 9-6-60 to the Magpies, 7-7-49. That's for Paulie's Corner Cafe.
We talked about some players that need to lift that half. That ruck contest there, Chris Knowles needs to do a better second half than what he produced about 10 minutes ago in the first half.
Charlie Crisp, playing like a man possessed. Here's Newton. Forrest, clash with him. O'Keefe over it. And he might be gone here. No, what's going to happen? When the umpire pauses for a while, sometimes you might get, you think the player might get pinked. It didn't happen though. So here is the umpire with the ball, a ball up, just adjacent to our broadcast spot, on the flank, clubhouse end, near side. Young ends up with Richards, good ball to Melville. Melville, true centre half forward, he sends it to. Here's Charlie Hollandine, picks it up at ground level, swings around right foot, low ball to Moore. Oh, that was nice delivery, Scotty.
It was, wasn't it? He was very clean when he was over the footy and the sidestep as well. So all class, Charlie Hollandine, and then the kick inside 50 to Cal Moore. Didn't break stride, nice and low, and got it to his hands. But again, set up by Brad Melville across half back. That's the kicking we expect out of him, out into space in front of Charlie Hollandine there.
Yeah, marks inside 50 for the game, Dan, for either team.
9 marks inside 50 for Wang and 5 for Myrtleford.
Thanks to 40 Wings. 10-point margin at the moment. This to bring it back to 4. Cowmore from about 50. Evans Street end drifted left through for one behind. Margin at 9. Saints up.
Kicked 1 goal 3 as Big Cal so far. Last week he was incredibly accurate in front of goal. Can't help but think when Cal's off his game, it's going to play a big role in the demise of the Wangaratta Magpies. They trail this contest 59-50. On the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, Myrtleford kick in from full back. Simon Curtis.
He's going to turn this over here. Turn this over, boys, I reckon.
It's going to be a free kick. Is it going to go the way of Naish?
Yep.
Is that stiff, Mom?
No, I reckon it might have been a bit high.
Yep.
And he was fairly aggressive in that motion. Naish was the man who kicked the ball, and lucky the umpire called him back because he actually turned the ball over there, did Charlie. He's got the footy just forward to centre wing, Ovens River side of the ground. Umpire calls him to play on. Kicks inside forward 50, scoreboard side. Newton opted for the chest mark. Fell the way of O'Keefe. Panicked under pressure. Monty reckons he threw it. Dived on top of the football. Del Bosco swings around. O'Keefe from a standing start. Top of the goal square. Bounces and bounces left for a minor score. Wangaratta 7-9-51. Myrtleford 9-5-59. Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. 5.5 minutes gone for Maccas.
And the Saints bring it in to Calagero. Back to Del Bosco. Del Bosco, good footy. Follow-up play with the kick wasn't great. To McVeigh. So the Maggies have it now. Here we go. They trail by 8. High entry going in. Where's Moore? Oh, fisted away from Newton. Calagero. Now, he's got some time. He's going to shift it out wide here to Booker. Takes the mark in front of Anderson. So they're in their back pocket, the Saints. Evans Street end. Far side. Don't think he's got much on, Riley. And he goes to the line. Don't know if that was the kick. Tried to be a little bit too cute there. Probably had to go with the long one. Works out a right to east. And then goes to Hourigan and they get a clearing kick.
And it goes long down the river side of the ground. Good mark from Knowles. Stretched the big Dukes out in front and took a good mark. His kick inboard wasn't as good. Well done, Maracca. Breaks away from the contest. Tackled as he went to kick. High up and under. Melville has to break away from a tackle. Did he take it on? He did.
No, he's paid in the back.
Oh, Monty, talk us through that. Elite Building Construction.
I think he's paid that. He might have fallen his back towards the end of the tackle. I'm not sure I agree, but yeah, that's what he's paid.
He switches to Ellis. Ellis goes down the club room's grandstand side. Majanovic got some work to do. Well done, Forrest. His handball was smothered. Palmed it back inboard. Hollandine got held without the footy. Umpire let it go. Now the Saints regather the football. Ball's in the hands of Colagero. Kicks down the line. Not his best kick. Whistle, free kick for a hold. Going to go the way of Wangaratta, is it? It is, but the umpire's going to bring it back. So it looks like it's going to go to Fraser Ellis here. Talk us through this, Monty.
Yeah, just the hold there. I think the umpire pointed the wrong way. That's why he stopped the game, because everyone was looking at him thinking it might have been a Myrtleford kick because he pointed the wrong way.
Ellis, 65 out to Melville. Ellis wants it back. Melville burn him. Charcoal chickened him. Melville again goes for the goals. Go Petherbridge. Moore. Did he get first hands at that? I didn't think he did. I think that's the correct call. Goes to ground. Scotty, do you agree?
No, I thought he might have got first hands. I don't know he was over the back, but I reckon he might have had it.
Okay. Yeah, Dan?
Yeah, I agree with you,
Going on
Lukey.
too.
Yeah, there is.
Bit of
Bit of follow-up here.
Yeah, of course Mitchy Delbos goes in it.
Ball up, 20 out. Gee, there's some Saints and Maggies around the pill here. My goodness. No surprises. Another stoppage, Gussie.
Certainly is. 8 minutes gone for Maccas. Maggies need to stand up here. They'd love to get one through the big sticks. Looks like we've got a blood rule here, Monty.
Yeah, I think someone might have got some Wang player laying on the ground, so...
Looks like it's Juice.
Yeah, it is Juice. I don't know if it's him that they've paid the blood rule on, which I reckon it might be, the way he's trying to get up. So we'll just wait and see what happens here.
Well, he's holding his eye, which might suggest he copped a whack and potentially a little bit of claret coming. And the way they're shaping up here is almost if it's a free kick.
No, I think it's going to be a ball up still.
Doesn't look great in game number 100 here, Juice Newton. He's a little bit ginger, Monty, to summarise the situation, but he is making his way off the ground.
Yeah, pretty sore just by the looks of it. So there is a fair bit of claret coming too, boys. So
where from, Mon?
Yeah, about the eye region. I can't really tell. You might have the binocs on, but yeah, it's around that eye region. It's coming down the face. So
yeah, I think it's above his right eye.
He's copped a whack nonetheless. He'll take his time coming off. Doesn't want to aggravate the injury or elevate the blood flow.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, Monty, just above the eye there.
Above the right eye, right near just above the bridge of the nose more so.
Nice little sort of token of appreciation in game 100 for Juice.
Unfortunately, it's fitting for Juice to be injured in game 100.
It would be.
As that sounds.
Well, he's been here for 10 years, has Big Juice. Moore took it out of the ruck, but his kick missed the boot. At ground level, Hollandine swung around in a big Simon Curtis tackle. Umpire says holding the ball. Free kick to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Simon Curtis at fullback, and he sends the ball out wide to the captain.
Yeah, 8-point lead to the Saints. We've gone 9.5 here, thanks to Macca's third term. Booker, beautiful kick to Lockie Murphy-Dale on half back. Now here they go. Look at this, Calagero, good one. Into Riccardi, just left of us. Centre gone here, played on. Jackson Clark came from nowhere. Fraserdale got a quick one. He was brought down, goes again, tied up here, just right of the fringe of the square at the clubhouse. Then we'll have a ball up, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, really positive ball movement there for Myrtleford, but unfortunately Brody Riccardi is getting tackled, but still in with a fight here.
10 minutes gone for Maccas. Pinballs around in the centre of the ground. Well done, O'Keefe. Wrapped up in a crunching tackle on the edge of the centre square. We'll ball the footy up. Boundary side, Elite Building Construction. Scott Montgomery, how's Juice's claret looking?
Yeah, it's like a tap's been turned on up his nose, boys. It is flowing.
Myrtleford get the ball up towards half forward, but the Magpies have numbers everywhere. Behind the footy are the Alpine Saints, and they go inside forward 50. Crisp is the target. Melville takes a Mawson's concrete marker there. He backed back with courage. His kick put Whiteside 2 under fair bit of pressure. He kicks on his non-preferred. Gets the ball towards Majanovic. Across left half back. Kicking from a standing start. He finds his way to Jackson Clark. Has options inboard. Clark ignores. He opts to find a short one, and he finds Harry Smart.
Smart. Now, Back to Clark. To half forward. Federico swings around there. Here we go. Let's have a look. More winding up. Launches. Oh, big clash. Ball out the back. Calagero over the top to Del Bosco. Saints hold up again to Maraca, so they come wide. They've still got that 8-point lead, so no change to the scoreboard in the last couple of minutes. So Josh, now he's been called to play on. Here's the dump kick. Clark gets under it. Try to get a fist to it. Out the back is Ellis. Now on in the middle is Melville. It's going to half forward. Well done by Janovic. Oh, good coming in, my Otto. Just at the right time to interrupt the play. Back to Del Bosco, to Maraca, on to Fraser Dale. They need a kick here, the Saints. Now one over the top. Yeah, too many handballs. McVeigh has it. It's gone to ground. And it looks like there'll be another stoppage right on 50, Evan Street end.
That pressure from Wangaratta there is what Ben Reid would have asked for at half-time. They haven't seen that in the first half. They need to make sure they keep bringing that pressure and not let Myrtleford get out easily.
12 minutes gone for Maccas. Standing start. East kicks a high up and under. Got to go Whiteside.
Oh.
Whiteside to her. Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Probably made it look a bit harder than what it was, Whiteside, but we like the theatrics as he kicks inside forward 50. Moore's the target on the half volley. Got it towards Marjanovic on his left boot. Top of the goal square. Saints are everywhere. Booker marks uncontested. Supporting numbers from Myrtleford, and Riley Booker marks in the last line of defence. He finds a short kick and the ball finds its way to Del Bosco.
8th disposal for Mitch Del Bosco this quarter, guys.
Now East, who marks with that ball, probably landing about 50 centimetres in from the paint of the boundary line. 59 plays 51. Myrtleford lead the Magpies here on O&M Live. Both sides seeking victory for the first time in 2024. The kick was dangerous across the half-back line. Calagero got some work to do. Dangerous kick inboard. Put Miotto under the pump. He went back inboard. Dangerous game by hand here from Myrtleford. Hollandine gets involved in the action. Ball's at ground level. Fraser Dale slides in like a soccer player. And in the end, the Wangaratta Magpies caused a stoppage, 35 from home.
Massive amount of pressure from Wang. They're 7th inside 50 for the quarter, but their balls is camped in their 50.
Oh, Saints defence working double overtime. Haven't they seen some entries in this quarter? A tidal wave of them. McVeigh sits under it, bouncing ball. Curtis out the side to Hourigan, then on to Calagero. Nice kick. And plays on to East and then on to Curtis again. They get a kick down the line. Now they're out. Over the back, if Griven can mark it, he does. So what have they got forward of the ball here? Levi Young's on. He's calling for it. And Griven completely ignores him. Goes right down the line to Riccardi. Good option. Riccardi 60 out. Wheels around. Plays on. Goes into Crisp. And just out of his reach, Bourdignon gets a fist to it. Out of bounds in the pocket. Clubhouse end, Scotty.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, Simon Curtis's quarter, he's really amped it up a little bit, and he's kicking off half-back. He's just opening the game up for Myrtleford at the moment, and they need to get in his hands a little bit more every chance they can across that half-back line.
Yep, only had the 4 disposals in the first half, and he's up to 4 already this quarter for Simon Curtis on the 40-wing stat sheet.
And the almost 15-minute mark for Maccas. Still an 8-point lead to the Tricolours. We're into their attacking 50. Boundary throwing was okay. Front and centre was Diesel Bate. He left it behind, coming through Porter over the top. Handball was a bit of a hit in hope onto Smart. Smart wants to play a running game with the Magpies inboard. Got the 1-2, and now they kick the centre half forward. Downfield free kick, Monty.
Yeah, just a little bit late, the hit on Harry Smart there. So Juice will get the kick from about, you'll have to kick it from 55 if there's any chance of kicking it, boys.
He normally likes to back himself in from this distance, Monty.
All his teammates need to clear out so no Myrtleford players can stand inside that zone and let him arc around, I reckon, here.
Because he does like to sort of give himself a little bit of room, 2 or 3 metres towards the right as he runs in, does Big Juice. They really need this one to bring the margin back to 2 points. He'll kick from 52 metres. Michael Newton in game number 100. Take a bow. Steel line goal of the day and a much-needed swing of momentum to the black and white. And on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, the Alpine Saints only lead by 2 points.
Yeah, that might be the one they need. Wangaratta, a great finish there by the 100th gamer in Michael Newton. Getting some claret cleared up and a great finish. So Wangaratta up to 8 inside 50s now for the quarter. They've still only taken the 1 mark inside 50 as well, so they've got to clean that up. They had a good half of that. Brad Melville's continuing his good form on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's had the 5 disposals, 20 for the game. And from Myrtleford, it's Mitch Del Bosco this quarter. He's had 9 disposals this quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet.
What a strike of a Sharon, hey? just impressive. Why would you be anywhere near retirement when you can kick a football like that? Just fantastic.
Who said retirement, Lukey? Jeez.
You said he retired last year, Gussie.
Nah.
Oh, dear.
Not me.
Then Ellis goes in. Newton. Yep. Got it on the second attempt. Mick. He's warming to the task, Scotty.
Absolutely is. And Fraser Ellis, that run from behind the footy. There's just some guys putting their body on the line now for Wang, which we didn't see so much in the first half. But this second half, they're really starting to turn the tide a little bit with their pressure inside 50. And now it's starting to flow through the midfield. So they'll go back here, Juice, and this is his sort of distance. He doesn't mind this one.
Yeah, 20 out directly in front, Evans Street end. This would give Mick 2 within 40 seconds. And the Maggies a 2-point lead. He's got it all right. He kicks the goal as Mick Newton. Maggie's in front here as he meet the 17-minute mark on the Macca's time clock, and he's got a quartet, Gussie.
He certainly does. Boundary side, Scott Montgomery for elite building instruction. Brad Melville came from the ground looking a little bit proppy there, Monty, as Newton had his set shot on goal.
Yeah, just checking his foot out at the moment, so I'll just keep an eye on it, just seeing what's going on. It looks like it's around the top of the foot, so he might have got stood on or something, but I'll just keep an eye on that one.
While they're doing that, Juice Newton has just grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck, Lukey, and he's dominating. He's kicked 2 goals in a minute, and Wang look like they're in the contest.
Scoreboard down here at the showgrounds. I think they lead by 2 points, gents. 4 points. So back live in the centre. We've played 17 minutes. Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They win the clearance up towards half forward. Falls the way of Ned Turner, his first game for the year. Kicks inside 50. Riccardi couldn't quite grab it. Had 2 bites of the cherry and brings it into ground level. And it's a boundary throwing deep in the pocket for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Been fantastic, Brody Riccardi. He's had the 11 disposals and 3 goals, so he's their best forward so far today.
Scoreboard's back up and running. 59 plays 63. The Pies over the Alpine Saints. Thanks to Paulie's Corner Cafe, Lukey. Boundary throwing deep in the pocket.
Yeah, beautiful, Gus. Whoever tripped over the cord over there has plugged it back in. That scoreboard. Here's Lockie Murphy-Dale weaving through, breaks the tackle, right foot swinging around. No. One behind, okay. So we're back to a 3-point margin here with the Maggies up. Ellis is going to have the ball at the fullback position. We've got a game on our hands on O&M Live, 15-6, 3-E. You're with Dan Vaccaro, Scott Montgomery, Gus McLeod, and Luke Francis.
As the kick goes out wide, intercepted. Myrtleford have numbers. Miotto, little chipping kick. Lockie Dale's got some work to do, tied up on the boundary, so he goes to the worm burner to Jackson East. Inside 50 goes East to the advantage of Booker. And that's a brilliant kick from Jackson. He hit Riley Booker on the chest at pace.
You could hear it off the boot. It made that real thudding sound, which you love to hear from those nice kicks. And, yeah, as a forward, we've said it a few times today, kicks like that, you don't break stride. You love it, and you love to see it. And now he's got to go back and finish his work here.
Well, Booker, he had a set shot from this exact spot early in the first, and it missed to the right-hand side. Let's see if he can adjust. Riley Booker to swing the momentum back the way of the Saints. Strikes it fairly nicely, top of the goal square, assisting it across was Jackson Clark with a big fist minor score. So the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, they move to 9-7-61. The Magpies 9-9-63 for Paulie's Corner Cafe. Both these sides are seeking win number 1 in 2024, and it's an absolute ball terror here on O&M Live.
Yeah, that's it. First win of the season. That's what's up for grabs, eh? 4 premiership points. Both teams coming in, loving 4. Now the Maggies steer one. Beatty beat him. Federico, he wants to send it down to a 1-on-1. That's out on the full. Scotty, you'll nearly mark that.
Jake Sharp took that one, so his first touch for the year for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Bridge into her again. Right as centre wing near side here. Maggie's up by 2, retreats, loses some ground to Calagero. Now Mitch Del Bosco is saying, come our way. He goes to Mitch now.
11th disposal for Mitch Del Bosco this quarter.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, and then shifts it out wide to Grant. So they're in their D50, far side Evans Street and the Saints.
They're probably one of the best teams at switching the footy I've seen all year across their D50. They really try and open up the game to Myrtleford. And it's through good ball users like this guy, Lockie Dale.
They've got to come back through the middle at some stage. He's gone boundary to boundary, probably going a little bit too much of a switch here. It's letting Wangaratta just tie him in a little bit now.
This is the important kick, isn't it, Monty? This 50-51. They go for hand and a bit of run and carry with Lockie Dale, who kicks long down the line. Gribbon's there, but Cal Moore has worked his way into the ruck from full forward. He intercepts and he takes the mark at true centre wing on the Ovens River side. He kicks the centre half forward. Hollandine got a good bounce and got the ball under his right boot. Top of the goal square. Hollandine hit the post.
Oh.
Hollandine hit the post. It was Fraser, and it's a minor score. 3-point ball game here favouring the Magpies, and the Myrtleford Alpine Saints will bring it out from fullback.
They do. Long kick. McVeigh through his mitts. Rarely drops them. And then the Maggies through wide side to it. Handball was wayward. Maraka has a chance to pounce on it. Swings around. What's he got inboard? There it is. Look at that kick to Gribben. Fantastic. Oh, missed it. Couldn't take the mark. Smart. Swung around by Gribben. He might be gone here. Umpire's going to ping him.
Oh.
Yep. There wasn't much time there, Scotty, was there?
No, not much at all. I think just the fact that it was a good tackle that the umpires rewarded it. But, yeah, I thought he wasn't given much of a chance.
Saints trail by 2. Gribben goes in. Oh, good mark, Tilly. Well done. Standing tall for the Maggies. Gus?
He had a slow start to his Magpie duties, Monty, but he's worked his way into some form, and Tilly.
He's been really good today, and his ball use has been really good too, which is something he's just grabbing at the hamstring, boys, so we'll keep an eye on that too.
Naish over the top into the Wangaratta Magpies' hands of Richards. Kicks inside 50. Newton left it behind for Hollandine. Well done by Petherbridge. Bit of feedback through the special effects, Mike, from a few toddlers. Unhappy with their lolly bag, I think, Vax.
No, not happy at all, Gus.
Sounds like Vax when he's not happy with his lolly bag too.
So the Wangaratta Magpies regather possession. They're going to go inside forward 50 to the hot spot. No one there. Myrtleford, they could have absolutely raffled that one. And the Wangaratta Magpies be very disappointed with that entry inside D50. Ball's in the hands now of Grant, who chisels one nicely, finds its way to Harrington.
Just for some clarification, guys, it's over hot chips down there on ground level.
Not lolly bags, my bad.
No, that's fine.
You could tell
that's
by the tone of the voice, Lukey, it was a food-related incident.
Yeah, and you were 100% correct, Gus McLeod, for the Wang Motor Group. Here's Del Bosco.
14th disposal this quarter.
To Harrington, short ball. 2 points in it.
Game-saving mode here. You can hear the bench talking to him. Just hold on to it. It's down the line.
3 points, I should say. Maggie's up now. What's the call here? Is that gone out of bounds? No, it's a mark to Grant.
He's been good today, Lukey.
He has. Yeah, he's played a good game. And then a high ball, half forward flank. Clark try to get rid of Curtis. Ball, that might have been off Ellis Boot, was it? Saints calling for it, but the boundary umpire wasn't buying it. And we will have a boundary throw in. What's that chip situation looking like, Gussie?
Someone's tried to come in and swoop on the hot chips, which has caused a bit of feedback downstairs. Boundary throw in right in front of our broadcast position at the 24-minute mark for Maccas. It's a 3-point lead to the Wangaratta Magpies. Myrtleford doing everything they can to stay in this contest. They've been brave. Fraser Dale tried to find East with an over-the-back handball. Moore palmed it in towards a bit of space. Bit happening off the footy as they go inside 50 now, the Alpine Saints. Not the best kick, but it's a pretty good outcome. They'll get a boundary throw in 40 metres out from goal. And as Scott Montgomery said for the Newmarket Hotel, Myrtleford keen to ice this one, nurse their way through to three-quarter time.
Yeah, still super even as well on the 40-wing stat sheet. 10 inside 50s for Wang and Myrtleford the 9 inside 50s this quarter.
Let's see who can clear this ball. Knowles goes up. Comes down the front of the contest. Richards just tried to shovel it out. Ball's found the chalk again. So, such an interesting game. The Maggies went so close to winning their first game of the season, as we know, at JC Low Oval in Yarrawonga against the Pigeons last Saturday. 2 points in that. It was a grand game. And then the Saints, well, they went down to Lavington at the sports ground by 16 points. Here's the boundary throw-in. And Knowles grabs it out of the ruck this time. Curtis navelled it, pinched it, kick was smothered. And then coming through Harrington, another out-of-bounds call here, Scotty.
Yeah, just a repeat stoppage after repeat stoppage here. Just on other news, Melville's got back out there. He looks a little bit proppy and he's gone forward, so bit of a change.
What would he come off with, Monty? Was it ankle-based?
I think it might have been more top of the foot, boys. I'm not 100% sure. They were just checking out the whole foot, so just watch him running now back to position. He's very proppy.
And a bit of a mismatch on Del Bosco there. Well done by Jackson Clark. He left the football behind. Now Magpies have numbers. Whiteside tour across his body. Booker. He got an unfortunate bounce. Precious seconds tick away here at the 25.5-minute mark for McDonald's in the third term. Say so, friends at Jayco Albury Wodonga. Jump in the Jayco, hook the caravan up and head away gents, is what they're telling you to do at Jayco Albury-Wodonga. They'll look after you with a good deal as well. Back live in the centre, Federico from the clearance, got it towards centre half forward. Melville made a contest, staying at ground level was Curtis. Joining in the action now is McVeigh. He got an elbow on the melon, but he's pretty tough, the big fella. He'll play on from this contest. Big tackle.
He's pinged him.
Holding the ball, it's going to go the way of Federico. He was quick to swoop on that. Moore's the target. That's where they want to go. Got 3 to beat. He can't do so. Booker clears from a standing start in towards the centre of the ground. They have numbers. Boarding-Yong's 1 inside 50. Got a Falcon, did Majanovic. The Alpine Saints have numbers, trying to keep it alive. The ball goes over the top to Harrington.
And Harrington, import Beatty, couldn't take it in. Booker goes again. So close to three-quarter time. Gee, a goal either way here would be huge, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely it would. It would just really start the fourth quarter early for whichever team can nail one here and just give them that little bit of breathing space.
Maggies by 3. Here's the ball up, adjacent to the grandstand. Porter, just been a...
Too loose down for Myrtleford now, just trying to get as many numbers behind the footy as they can, boys.
As the siren sounds for three-quarter time, and the Magpies, they're limping into the third quarter. Into the fourth quarter, I should say, but they maintain a 3-point lead. The Wangaratta Magpies, 9-10-64. Myrtleford, 9-7-61. Thanks to Paulie's Corner Cafe. Both of these sides winless in 2024 with 1 quarter of footy to come to decide who will claim the chocolates for the first time in the home and away season. Luke Francis, Dan Vaccaro, Scott Montgomery and Gus McLeod. Stick around with us here on O&M Live for a big final quarter of local footy action. On O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Biggest quarter of football that awaits the Wangaratta Magpies since the 2022 Grand Final. They lead by 3 points at three-quarter time over the winless Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Scott Montgomery, he was down there at boundary level. He's just getting a bit of Funky Miller at his three-quarter time address. So we'll go to Dan Vaccaro for the Cavaliers Homes. Quarters best.
Yeah, thanks, Gus. For Wang Magpies, it was Alex Federico. He had 5 touches again that quarter. I thought he was really good. He's up to 22 for the game. And for Myrtleford, it's none other than Mitch Del Bosco. He has had 14 disposals that quarter, 27.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's going to sneeze. Oh, he's going to sneeze.
Oh.
Mid-sneeze. Sorry, everyone.
Mid-sneeze.
I'm alive.
Come on,
14 disposals for Mitch Del Bosco, 27 for the game. He's holding them together in defence, Lukey.
Yeah, good on you, Dan. So they're still huddling the Saints. They haven't broken open, so the Maggies are out there and they're set. Don't know if you got us yet, Scotty. He's probably in at the huddle, but... So Craig Miller's still holding them in here, Dan.
Yeah, he is. And I'll tell you, I'll put it to Gussie as well. Gussie actually said this, I'm taking he's, but this is Wang's biggest quarter since the Grand Final.
Yeah, it's huge.
Massive.
Yeah, storyline of this one, isn't there? So we got the Maggies up by 3, and now they break. Now they break, Gussie.
Scott Montgomery, boundary side, elite building instruction. Myrtleford held long by Funky Town.
Well, they were about to go out, and he finished, and then he brought him back in and said one more thing, which was, let's just give it absolutely everything, boys. We deserve this win. We've played better footy than them today. Let's not give them a chance to run away from us. Let's give it absolutely everything.
And what about from Ben Reid at his camp?
Yeah, he was a little bit more about just process, and that it's going to be a bit of grit as well because they're down on troops. Squid Melville, we mentioned, he's really struggling with that foot, and obviously already Ryan Batten out of the game, so they're a full rotation down. So Squid will stay out there just to be a rotation. And also I saw Fraser Ellis getting some treatment on an ankle as well, boys, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well.
It's a massive final quarter of footy awaits. We're doing it for Cavalier Homes on O&M Live. Who gets the jockeys here, boys? Monty, we'll start with you.
I'm going to get the Saints, boys.
Just a change tip mid-call.
Yeah, I'm bullish. Go the Saints.
And what about you, Luke Francis?
Yeah, you can't change, Gussie, but my goodness, the Saints are coming home.
The Saints will march back to the McNamara Reserve with a heap of piss in the back of the car if they win this, boys. There won't be enough grog in Wangaratta. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints are really just going to try and bring this one home with a wet sail.
Hope you're right, Gussie.
I'll tell you what, it'll be a good car trip back to the Alpine region. 30 minutes of football awaits the tricolours and the black and white. At stake, win number 1 in season 2024 for the loser. They're on the brink of being 0-5 and potentially kissing September action goodbye, even though we're only in April. Remarkable to think about that. Cavalier Homes' final quarter action is underway. 3-point lead to the Magpies. You're with Luke Francis for the Wang Motor Group.
Yeah, here we go. Final stanza. And isn't there a bit riding on this? Here goes Knowles out of his centre. Newton's in pursuit of it. Picks it up now. Swings around left foot. Mick, good kick into Melville. Scotty, what a start.
Yeah, how good was that? What Knowlesy, who would have picked that he was going to just grab it out of the first ruck contest and kick it forward. And Juice just looked like he had a little spring in his step when he got to that one. A little bit of speed, ducked back around, and Squid Melville, as we spoke about, just carrying that foot injury, so he's playing forward for that rotation, but he obviously can still move enough to get out on the lead there. Yeah. He's a good kick of the footy.
He is, and Chris Knowles has been beaten all day, but he was brilliant there in the quarter. He could have a big last quarter and ride Magpies home.
This will get it out to 9. So Melville back into the team for the Maggies this week. 40 out, far side, clubhouse end, and that one has come to the left and it's one behind. Yeah. 1 minus score on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Certainly is. 1 minute gone for Maccas. Every chance so crucial in this final turn. The kick in short from full back. More intercepts. Bang! 7-point play to the Pies. Costly mistake in the back six for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Calogero was left caught napping, and Del Bosco's kick lacked a bit of oomph. And you can't give Callamore a sniff like that close to goal. They extend the margin out to the scoreboard's gone blank. I think they're up by a 9 or 4 point lead, boys. Don't you love it when technology fails you, Monty?
Absolutely, you do. But that kick from Mitchy Dowell just wasn't quite good enough. Just leant back on it and just sat in the air a little bit too long. And Big Cal just read it beautifully, knew where it was going, and was able to cut off. And I reckon he might have given him a mouthful on the way past too, as Cal does.
Dan?
Yeah, uncharacteristic from Mitchy Del Bosco. He's had the 27 disposals today. That one is not a disposal because he didn't leave the square, but uncharacteristic.
Yeah, certainly. Here's Federico running onto it. Thought he got brought down without it in the end, and he will get the kick. He's 80 out. He fires it in. Here's Melville at the front. Big fist over the top from Petherbridge. And then Charlie Hollandine to Fraser Hollandine around the body. There's another. There's another. So it's out to 17 points now. So the margin has quickly gotten to 3 goals, Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, what a classy finish. These Hollandine boys, they were just playing with him in the pocket there. And I'll tell you what, you don't want having those two as your mid-sized small forwards going forward for the next 10, 15 years for the Wangaratta Magpies.
Yeah, Wangaratta Magpies have started hot. 2 inside 50s already, 2 centre clearances as well. So they are putting them to the sword, and it's almost as if their season's on the line. You wouldn't read about it.
So 2 goals under 3 minutes of football, going the black and white of the Wangaratta Magpies. 18-point lead here, gents, to the Wangaratta Magpies. That's thanks to work locker Wangaratta. Back in the middle, Knowles is lifted. Jackson Clark, been everywhere today, gets another 40 winks disposal. Knowles was kicked as he pushed, got the ball onto Smart. Overlapping handball was working out okay. The Magpies on the outer side of the ground. Got to get the ball inside 50, does Naish. Kick to Hollandine, got it! The Magpies are linking up beautifully here, and Fraser Hollandine will have a chance to kick 2 goals in a minute.
I heard Big Woofer Carmody say to their midfield group, it's all grit to get through this last quarter. We're down on troops just with that what we've got in there, but we've just got to keep working hard. And the first 3 clearances to Wangaratta have shown that they're just willing to keep working here.
We've played 3 minutes 30 on the Macca's time clock, and Wangaratta could steal victory in the early stage of this first term. Fraser Hollandine, 2 goals in a minute, 4 goals, or 3 goals to the Wangaratta Magpies inside the first 4 minutes. And the Alpine Saints have to respond almost instantly. 24-point lead for work locker Wangaratta, going the way of the Wangaratta Magpies.
Yeah, Wangaratta Magpies have just flicked a big old switch there. 3 centre clearances, 3 inside 50s, 2 marks inside 50 as well, and a great finish there from Wangaratta. So they've really put them to the sword. Myrtleford's in a lot of trouble here, Lukey. Yeah,
let's see what the Mountain Men have got in reserve. Over to you, Myrtleford. Let's see if you can hit back and work your way back into this contest at Norm Mints. Maggie's brilliant at the start of the final term. Here we go. Back in the centre, Knowles got a clear one to Jackson Clark. McVeigh comes off his wing. And then Lockie Murphydale has him tied up. And the umpire will take this. So right of the centre, our inside 50s for the game. Dan, thanks to 40 Winks.
Yeah, 40-33 in favour of Wangaratta.
Gee, they're big numbers. Here's Gribben. Federico. And he's caught in a Saints tackle. Umpire to take it again, Gus McLeod.
So 5 minutes gone for Maccas in this final term. We're doing it for Cavalier Holmes. Ball from Knowles went the way of Clark. He was tackled without the footy. Umpire let it go as East kicked the ball in towards half forward. Myrtleford doing the attacking. Under a fair bit of pressure here is Calveen. And he's taken to the boundary line towards Aidan Tilley. Will bring it back into play. They will ball it up where the 50-metre arc meets the boundary into attack for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. 61 plays 83. The Magpies lead the Saints.
Ball on the deck. Now that was a throw. Yeah, the umpires picked one out.
He was in a great position too, because when he threw the ball up, he just went boundary side and was in a perfect position to catch that one.
Yeah, good umpiring. Clark, half-back flank to Richards. Now he takes off. Here he goes, Nick, and sends it to the half-forward flank. And coming over the top was Hourigan. He got a fist to it, and that was enough to see the ball over the chalk here. 83 plays 61 on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 6, final term.
Yeah, Jackson Clark started hot this quarter. He's had the 3 disposals, which takes him to 19 for the game on the 40-week stat sheet.
If you just missed the first 5 minutes of footy, well, there was 3 goals. Callum Moore and 2 to Fraser Hollandine. Taken high was Richards. Umpire let it play out. Clark had some work to do. Handballed backwards. The Alpine Saints have numbers. Well done, Beatty. but the boundary umpire said it went out of bounds.
He's in prime position, boys. I don't reckon he missed it, so I reckon it's straight over.
I wasn't questioning Monty. I was just telling him what he said.
Sure.
Just making sure.
Very defensive, big Monk, isn't he, on those umpires?
You like spash him all the time.
To be sure. It's a good boundary throw-in. Well done by Knowles. He won the tap coming through. It was Jackson East, left it behind now. Diesel Beatty threw it, got away with one as Lockie Dale kicks from a standing start up towards half forward. More so true centre wing, and Michael Bourdignon just assists that one across the boundary line. And I tell you what, Balls is winding back the clock today, Monty. He's probably been unbeaten all day.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, hasn't he? He's positioned himself in the right spot every single time and very rarely gets beaten one-on-one in any contest over a season.
Last quarter brought to you by Cavalier Homes here on O&M Live. There's Anderson. That's a wide kick. Oh, it's bounced back in. Looked like it was heading out of bounds. And here they go, Lockie Murphy to the Saints. Now, they get an entry here. They need a mark down there, but it's a 2-on-1.
Kick to Myrtleford, boys.
Oh, wow. Crisp is going to get it, Scott Montgomery.
Yeah, Lavity just grabbed a hold of him to try and give, I think it was Tilly, was it, in the air? Yeah, Tilly a bit of support from behind to back him up, and he sort of grabbed a hold of the jumper. So got a little bit nervous, Lavity, and, yeah, Crisp goes back and lines up for number 4.
Scott Montgomery right on the money for Elite Building and Construction. He called it. Now, Crisp has got it. Tight angle. Evans Street end. Oh, across the face. Gee, they needed that one, Dan, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did. They really did, Myrtleford. So that was their third inside 50 for the quarter. Lockie Dale as well. Started like a house on fire this quarter. He's had 3 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet this quarter. He's had 17 for the game.
Monty, is this the Jillamatong Lamb over the PA system?
Yep.
Need to find out what the winning ticket is. We won last time we were here.
Oh, you won.
Well, yeah. Well, you didn't.
Don't say we.
Well, you didn't come, did you?
Well, you offered out everything to O&M Live, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yep. No one saw anything.
That's all right. Spit roast at my joint on O&M Live Interleague weekend. We'll watch the O&M boys pump the GV.
We'll be lambing it up.
Oh, Lukey, that is atrocious.
Yeah.
Fraser Ellis across to Mark Anderson. They're playing methodically here as Lavity marks across half back, grandstand side. So narrowly inside his own D50 is the big left footer. The switch is going to be on. It's a good-looking switch. Bourdignon, he marks. Centre half back. Now they're going to attack the Ovens River side of the ground. Ellis is where the kick is destined for. He marks. Umpire now calls him to play on. He gains 5 metres by foot. Evades the first opponent. Kicks to Melville. Melville looks really proppy. They got to get him off the ground. He's a liability now. Curtis intercepted. And he gets the ball towards true centre wing, Ovens River side of the ground. The Alpine Saints chip the ball nicely, and they're going to go inside to attacking play.
Yeah, Maracas' first kick was smothered, had a second attempt. Now he's claimed one over the shoulder. So in the end, no, it's going the other way. Well, I thought the umpire
said he might have fended off a bit high.
Yeah, good call. So Bourdignon has it for the Maggies to Richards. Backward is centre wing far side. 83 plays 62 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. We've got the Maggies up. We've gone 9.5 here for Maccas. Knowles, the big man. 15-metre kick to Anderson. There's 75 from home here. Outer side clubhouse end. Swinging ball into O'Keefe. Fantastic work. Scotty, you with us?
Yeah, got you, boys. Just watching Squid Melville come off. He's pretty devastated, boys. Yeah, not very happy.
He's had a tough run with injury. Missed the last 2 weeks with hamstring-related soreness, and we know that he copped a pretty nasty foot/ankle injury, Monty, midway through the second. He come back on, took a big mark, but he's taken that boot off straight away.
Yeah, no, so yeah, he's just on the headset now to the coaching staff and boots it straight off, ice straight on it, boys. So I'll get a bit of an update on it.
O'Keefe, he was super 7 days ago against the Pigeons, but that one didn't work, and that's one behind on the scoreboard. So 84 plays 62 now. It's a 22-point lead or a 4-goal lead to the Maggies here on the Work Like a Wangaratta scoreboard.
Around the grounds, Wangaratta Mazda, Adelaide 127, North Melbourne 63. So a 64-point lead, and looks like North will get a number 1 draft pick once again.
Oh.
Well, not
we'll
last
probably
year,
lose the last game and win the last game just to kill it again.
It's about umpire calls of the footy here, right in front of our broadcast position. 84 plays 22. The Magpies lead the Alpine Saints. We'll ball the footy up 70 metres from Wangaratta goal. Myrtleford really need one and need one quickly. Haven't scored since the 2nd-minute mark of the 3rd term, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Inside 50 goes Waitai to a Juice Newton free kick. Or is it going to go the way of Hollandine?
It's going to be Hollandine.
Hollandine's going to get the kick, and I don't think Juice will love this.
He's not happy.
Juice not impressed. No sense of theatre from the umpire. He hands the ball off reluctantly and says, "Get stuffed, I'm having a spell."
Yeah, bugger this.
Well, that enough.
Don't blame him.
Yeah.
Where's your sense of theatre, umpire, in game number 100?
Early shower, I'd say, for Juice. Yeah.
He's not happy about it either as he comes up, boys.
Fraser Hollandine. This will be a nail in the coffin for a brave Alpine Saints. The two brothers have been superb, but Fraser, gee, it's a poor kick. Misses the big sticks by about 4 or 5 metres. Out of bounds on the full, and Monty, I suggest you steer clear of Juice after that set shot.
Yeah, yes. He's got a raw smile on, boys. And the words he said as he come off the ground, I can't repeat on radio.
Righto, we'll find out off air, Monty. Good stuff from you, boundary side for Elite Building and Construction.
Calagero for the Saints. They trail by 4 goals, 22 points. And we're gone just over 12 thanks to Macca's final term. Here's O'Keefe. The Maggies coming back in again. Federico spots up Marjanovic. Yeah, too easy, Scotty.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that pressure in their forward half in this quarter has really set them up here. Wangaratta probably was lacking in the first half, and they started to find that groove in the third quarter, and now they've continued on, and that's why they're getting repeat entries and repeat shots at goal.
Yeah, look, a great fight back from Myrtleford, but yeah, unfortunately, Wanga just playing a ruffle now when they go inside forward 50, so they've really run out of legs, and Wanga are starting to hit their straps big time.
Yeah, Braden Marjanovic. Gee, they look the same or similar to O'Keefe, Marjanovic and Waitai Tua. The same hairdos. And in he comes Braden, 30 out directly in front, and that one's gone wide as well. So they're just finding it hard to close out the game at the moment. So there is still a glimmer of hope for the Saints, Gus.
They're going to have to kick a goal pretty quickly, and they're going to have to kick multiple. Inboard goes the kick from fullback Smart. He read it nicely, gathered possession over the top to Ellis. His handball was smothered. Working hard there in a telephone box was Maraka. Got the ball back to East. Kick from a standing start was turned over. Didn't go 15 metres. That could be a dump tackle.
It was.
And the umpire has paid it. So it's a dump tackle. It looks to be, if the umpire gets out of me road here, I reckon it's against Miotto, boys.
Yeah.
It's against Miotto. And a bit ginger to get up there. Looks like Charlie Naish. He goes by hand. Cal Moore will kick this about 400 metres.
Yeah, you're right.
Only went about 350 inside 50. Big Nosey flew across the pack and gets a much-needed restart inside forward 50. So the Magpies are doing enough. They lead 12-13-85. The Alpine Saints 9-8-62. We've played 14 minutes thanks to Maccas in the final term for Cavalier Homes. Luke Francis will call the expert of play deep in the pocket for the Wangaratta Motor Group.
Have any of us seen Cal Moore on the tee with a driver? I reckon he'd hit it about a kilometre.
I reckon I agree with you, Lukey.
Yeah.
It's a very long way.
Happy Gilmore style.
Yeah, I reckon he'd take on Happy, and I reckon he'd know he'd have him covered. Here we go. Ball up 30 out, clubhouse end. Ground level. Hourigan on the boot. High ball. This is anyone's, this one. Oh, good mark. Bordenyon. How did he manage that? Looking directly into the sun as well.
He's been elite today.
He good player. And his orange wheels. Sits it up. Now, who's under this one? From the back. Hands go up. O'Keefe's bat one over the top. McVeigh. And Lockie Murphy-Dale off the ground. Fraser Hollandine snagged a goal. That's the goal all right to Fraser. And this would just about close it out. The black and white are probably home here at Norman's, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, they are home, the black and white Magpies.
Oh, she's on here, boys.
And it is on.
Someone copped a bit of a late clip. I reckon it was Riccardi copped a late clip, and Lockie Dale did not like it, Mont.
No, and you don't mind this when if your player cops it, that you stick up for him. So, yeah, there's a bit of mouthing going off too as Riccardi comes off towards Knowles as well, boys. So a bit going on.
Interesting. But, yeah, look, that was the nail in the coffin for Wang. And, look, Myrtleford have been really brave, but, yeah, far too strong now. 9 inside 50s for them, so they're dominating the battle as well, the territory battle.
15 and a half gone for Maccas. Cal Moore's been inserted into the ruck. At the back of the pack is Dane Porter. He kicks the football out wide to the wing position. Mioto had some work to do. Federico held without the football. Over the top goes the hands from Maraca at centre half forward. Jackson East lowers the eyes. Mark Anderson dived across the pack, got the ball towards Bordignong and the Magpies. Connects it defensive 50. A long raking kick up in the Mioto direction. Well done, Will O'Keefe. Did some clever work. The ball comes backwards inboard to Calagero. Dangerous kick inboard. Had some work to do there, did Maraca. At ground level, the Magpies have numbers all over in support. And it's going to be a free kick for holding the ball. I think Fraser Ellis will get it. Yeah, it will be Fraser Ellis. And they're just going to do enough here, the Pies. They lead 91-62. They're going to milk a lot of this clock and hopefully try and put a few more nails into the coffin. They've got to keep playing a tough brand of football in the final term for Cavalier Homes.
Federico, there's a whistle. Holding free kick. So Mick Newton grabbed across the forearms to McVeigh, just outside 50. And now, turned over. O'Keefe here dancing around, gets the ball inside. Here goes Marjanovic. And, gets it home and he celebrates. So the Maggies are going to pick up their first 4 premiership points of season 2024. It took them until round 5, but they'll get the job done today, Dan Vaccaro.
You're spot on, Lukey. They're going to go 1-4, and what a good finish there by Wangaratta. They're just really running over Myrtleford here. Myrtleford almost got to put up a little bit of resilience. They're just piling on the goals here. Wangaratta, 9 inside 50s this quarter. Jackson Clark's been really handy with 5 disposals this quarter, 21 for the game. Alex Federico, he's had 24 disposals, been a fantastic player. Brad Melville, we said he's gone off injured, but he had 20 disposals before this quarter as well. So all the good players for Wang come in. Cream rising to the top, Lukey.
Game high lead of 33 points for Worklocker Wangaratta, the way of the Magpies. 97 plays 64 as the Magpies try and attack once again. Hearing footsteps there was Calagero. Newton came through, got the ball towards Richards. Inside 50 goes Richards. Well done, Del Bosco. Really good mark. Mawson's concrete marker there was brave. Went back into traffic. Got the ball short to Simon Curtis. His 40 winks disposals for Simon Curtis.
That was his 11th, and this is 34 disposals for Mitch Del Bosco.
Over the top, that's okay. Finds its way to Hourigan, true centre of the Norm Mins. He kicks inside 50. Here's a foot race. Mioto and Anderson. Anderson and Mioto. 3 Magpies to 1 Alpine Saint. The kick was interesting, to put it nicely. Ball comes over the top. Whiteside Tour kicks long down the line and it was off the outside of the boot. Monty might get a 40 winks disposal. In the end, it's out of bounds for a free kick to Myrtleford. And I'll tell you what, Monty, he's giving him a fair bit of real estate here, the umpire.
He has, but it did go straight out, I reckon. He was very close to the boundary line and come straight out. So probably not the worst call. The young fellow was right there on the spot.
Hourigan, so he's 70 out, just down in front of the grandstand here. And there he goes. He drops it into the pocket. Oh, no, Saints contest it. Drop ball by the Maggies. Federico on the boot. Out of the back line, bouncing ball out of bounds. Now there's a twist in the Saints' tail. We mentioned a couple of times today that the Saints hadn't kicked more than 10 goals in the first 4 games of the season. They had 8 in the first half. Dan, they've kicked 1 in the second half. They have 9.
Yeah, he's spot on
in the second half.
They might not get it, so they've definitely jinxed.
It's hard to believe.
They haven't kicked a goal since the 2-minute mark of the third term.
Yeah.
And I thought in the third term they still played a brave and gallant brand of football. But Wangaratta have piled on a fair bit here. They were on 64 at three-quarter time. They now find themselves on 97, the Wangaratta Magpies.
Did you see that, Dan?
Yeah, I did.
Cal Moore just clutched his left hamstring here and shook his head to the box to Ben Reid.
He's done. He came off and said he might have done his hammy and they were checking it for cramp or a hammy, and I reckon he might be done, boys.
Yeah, left hammy. Wow.
Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, keep an eye on Callum Moore. It would be a really bitter, sweet victory if they were to lose Melville and Callum Moore in doing so. In the meantime, Riley Booker's got the ball with a set shot. He's had 3 looks from this exact spot at both ends to kick the first goal for the Tricolour since the 2nd-minute mark of the third term. Riley Booker hits the post. As Luke Francis just said, they haven't kicked 10 majors in one game all year. And I reckon they've only got about 5 minutes to do so. The ball from fullback was poor. The Alpine Saints have numbers.
And they come back, the Saints, and that's a behind. So they haven't surpassed 10, Gussie. So they've got to 10, but they haven't been able to get to 11. So it's interesting, they're such a skillful team. They're great to watch. Once they get a run on, they can really link up, Dan, can't they?
Yeah, they can. They look really good in that first half, and I think they absorbed the pressure okay from Wang, but then obviously that made them tired and run out of legs, and it's paying dividends now. Wang are running over him a fair bit.
Yeah, that's it. Here goes Charlie Nation. Low driving ball out of defence. Been a little quiet today, Charlie. Ended up into the hands of Newton. I think it was touched on the way out there. And the umpire's going to call it there. A late call. So it will be oh no. Hello. What's going on here? Yeah, no, he's going to retrieve it back here. So that's a mile away from our commentary spot, Gussie.
Well, it certainly is. So we'll cross boundary side for Elite Building Construction to Scott Montgomery. What's the latest on the injury tolls at the Wangaratta Magpies?
Yeah, only the one fit player at the moment with Fraser Hollandine sitting down here. Obviously, in the first half, Ryan Batten went off, got ice on. Melville's got ice on the foot, and now Kelmore's got ice on the hamstring. So, yeah, a bit of an injury toll down here for the Wangaratta Magpies. 2
feet and a hamstring, and arguably two of their most important players in Moore and Melville. At half forward, the Magpies have the Sharon. The support of Myrtleford arrives, and they take it across the boundary line for a boundary throw. And around the grounds, Wangaratta Mazda. North Melbourne trail the Crows by 73 points.
Better find out who the number one pick's going to be, Mont.
Under 15 goals of the win.
I was going to say, I reckon they'll sing the song with anything under 100 points down in Arden Street.
When was the last Essendon final win? Yeah.
We're playing that game, aren't we? We're getting a bit, inside 50 go the Pies. Federico, he left it at the contest. Majanovic, they could raffle at O'Keefe. Talking about raffles, the man who's organising them, the Jillamatong Lamb, he raffled in the goal square and kicked his second goal. Will O'Keefe really starting to cement himself into this Wangaratta Magpies senior 22. Monty, I reckon he's playing some really good football of late.
Absolutely he is, and early on in the year they're probably lacking that little bit of spark and leg speed in the front half, and him coming back into the side has definitely helped with him, and he's had 3 looks at it today, and he's finally put his first one through for the day late in this last quarter.
Yeah, great last quarter here from Wangaratta. 12 inside 50s to Myrtleford's 7, so they're really dominating this scorecard. Alex Federico has been good. He's had the 4 touches this quarter, 26 for the game. Jackson Clark's had 5 touches, 20 for the game as well, so both really good prime movers on the ball, played well.
Yeah, 103 to 64, so the Maggies will take the points in round 5. We're just over 23 minutes thanks to Macca's. A few whistles in the centre here, Scotty. It's going to Knowles. He'll get it. Contrasting games in the AFL, so we've got the Roos and the Crows in Tassie, but in a few moments' time, Geelong up against Carlton, so the Blues and the Cats to do battle. What a ripper that's going to be. Here's Maracca, Richards, and then picked up by Turner out there, back to Maracca, inside 50, Anderson on the half volley. Well done, great work out to Ellis. So he's on the half-back flank. In fact, that's smart. He goes to Ellis, this way to Tua. Here he is, white tie Gussie, and he's going to go with a 20-metre kick, and he finds Dame Porter, and what a servant he has been at this football club.
He certainly has. 24 minutes gone in the final term for Maccas. They've done enough here, the Magpies. The Alpine Saints have been brave and gallant, but we're seeing how fit this Magpies outfit are. They're running on top of the ground. Federico. Kick to half forward, Richards. No one a kick to inside forward 50. Now he finds an option. It's a good-looking one. Hollandine, young Charlie. This is just way too easy. The Alpine Saints coaching staff will hate this. Another uncontested mark. It's Braden Majanovic. They were looking to pass off for another one, but Braden can go back and have a set shot from 35.
Yeah, a little bit too easy there. A couple of unmanned guys inside the forward 50 is not what you want, especially late. You know, everyone's getting tired, but you've still got to stay on and keep defending. And, yeah, well, good ball movement by Wangaratta just to keep looking for that open option and get them closer to goal.
Fraser Dale coming as well. Doesn't move all that well.
Not moving well.
Hopefully he's just tired and sore. Majanovic kicks on goal. Touched into the goalpost to be a boundary throw in deep in the pocket. 25 minutes gone. What was that, Monty?
Yeah, he played out on the full, but it was touched, wasn't it?
It was definitely touched.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Touched out of bounds for a boundary throw in. The Magpies 15-13, 103. The Alpine Saints 9-10-64. Final quarter action for Cavalier Homes. Can the Magpies secure one more final goal in the dying stages of the final term?
Yeah, let's have a look for our listeners on O&M Live, and for those viewing the stream, thanks to Snap Print Solutions. Newton, did he cop one in the back?
Yeah,
oh, Mick will be happy now, Scotty.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the last one when Fraser got that shot instead of him, but he'll go back now and try and kick another one in his 100th game. He's been a good servant all day today, so he'll go back here. And this is the one he said I would have put that one straight through before, so he's lining up for number 5 here, boys.
Yeah, this will be a perfect final chapter here in his 100th. Mick Newton. He's, about 25, 30 out. 45-degree angle, clubhouse end. Mick, he's such a beautiful exponent of the drop punt. Please put it through, Mick. He'll make a fool out of me otherwise. Look at that. Is absolutely brilliant. Here they come from everywhere. The Maggies. Look at them. Mick Newton, congratulations. 100 games for the Wangaratta Football Club.
He's heart and soul, Monty, isn't he? And he's the captain, or was the captain of the footy club, and still plays an integral role. That is the best sign of camaraderie and teamship I've seen from the Magpies probably since the grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. You see he's just a likeable guy. Everyone gets around him when he kicks a goal like that. And in his 100th game, even the Myrtleford guys have congratulated him a little bit too, which is something you don't see too often.
He's kicked 4 big juice, and that was one of the best of them. And you saw the crowd and the players get around him too. A much-loved character.
So Big Juice puts the final nail in the coffin of the Wangaratta, of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Courtesy of the Magpies, Federico is dispossessed in the centre. 109 plays 64 thanks to work locker Wangaratta. Maraka at centre half forward for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, kicking inside 50. Lockie Dale lurked. Good tackle applied. At the back of the contest here is Mark Anderson. Went for a toe poke off the ground. Got the ball up towards Richards. Got plenty of space to work within. Goes with a low Chisler. Charlie Hollandine, true centre wing broadcast side. This wants to suck a bit of sting out of this contest. By a few more precious seconds off the clock. Kicks long down the line. Newton in a one-on-one. Well done, Juice. Marked it. 55 from home. Juice Newton kicks into the pocket. Majanovic with courage.
Magnificent.
Ran straight into Clark. Bit of breakdown in communication, but I reckon Braden Majanovic will get the mark. Friendly fire from the Pies.
Paid the mark, but if you're Jackson Clark, you pull him out of the way, don't you? When you're leading forward, it's hard to stop, and yeah, could have done some real damage. As the siren goes, going back for 10 in a row here for the Wangaratta Magpies is a good way to finish the game.
For 10 in a row, Monty.
Yep.
This, from Braden Majanovic, will be a very strong and emphatic way to finish this contest, in which the Alpine Saints were gallant and brave, but the Wangaratta Magpies have stood up to the big challenge. This to make the final margin 51 points, 30 metres out in a 45-degree angle. Braden Majanovic kicks on goal. Anticlimax, he misses, but the Magpies salutes. Wangaratta Magpies find victory number 1 in season 2024. They finish 16-14, 110. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints, 9-10, 64.
That's it. Yeah, they get home, Gussie. It took them until round 5, but they got there. They got there in the end. So the Saints were impressed by them. They just couldn't play the final quarter, Scotty. It just didn't happen for them, but he'll be up in the ground at the moment, Scott Montgomery. He'll be trying to peg back one of those Maggies we'd feel. I wonder who's going to pluck out.
Oh, Michael Borningong was pretty good for mine. I thought Federico was really good. It might even be
Melville until he got injured.
Big Juice in his 100th game. He was good. The man who wrestles cows for a living.
Wrestles cows for a living. I love it.
Also known as dairy farming. But the Wangaratta Magpies secured a much-needed victory. It came a bit of a heavy toll with a few players getting injured.
Well,
Ryan Batten, Callum Moore, the hamstring, and Brad Melville with a foot injury. That'll be the biggest talking point during the week for the Wangaratta Magpies, is how they manage their depleted list. Obviously some big youngsters coming through the ranks, and Scott Montgomery is going to have our player of the day, and I reckon he's going to find his way to the milestone, man. It's Big Juice. Win game number 100, our player of the day for Harvey Norman Betting.
Yeah, boys, got the milestone, man. Juice, 5 on the 100th game. Really good way, and the boys, St Kilda, the Saints come out and really testing the first half, but you guys were able to respond in the second half, and really good finish to the game.
Yeah, no, it was. We knew they were going to come out hard. And they're the highest pressure rated team in the comp, so we knew that they were going to come out hard, and yeah, we withstood that. We panicked a little bit, but we got the game on our terms eventually, and you know, it was a great response over the last few weeks, and yeah, the boys we're happy with the win.
And the monkey's off the back now. You've got one off the board, so you'll be able to keep rolling on with that one, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. We've got a bye next week, which is I'm looking forward to. So, no, we can't wait to just continue to build on what we've sort of started here today, and hopefully we can continue this rest of the season.
You come off when Fraser Hollandane got paid that free kick and you took the mark, mate. Weren't overly happy with the umpire's decision there?
Well, he kicked it out in the full, so the way I was kicking it today, I wouldn't have missed it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And go and enjoy it. Enjoy the 100th game celebrations and make sure you enjoy the week off next week.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers.
Juice Newton, our Harvey Norman betting player of the day, kicked a big bag in game number 100. Typically, I don't believe in the milestone game theory that players get up for it and so forth, but Juice Newton just showed in game number 100, his 9th year at the football club. He's still a very important cog in the wheel.
Absolutely, Guzzy. How old is he? How old is he, Mick Newton?
Juice should be 34, 35, I reckon.
Well, when you can kick like he can, you can play till you're 44. In the pocket, play him at half forward. He just kicks the ball so beautifully. He's just textbook style. And to pick up, 5 today, that's just a tremendous effort. Well done to him. Gee, they'll have a good night, won't they?
Oh, they certainly will.
I mean,
he's
finally
30,
that win.
He's 37.
He's 37.
Yeah,
we can play till he's 47.
He's been a very good player for a very long time. I'm not sure if Monty can hear us. Have you got us down there, Monty?
I do.
Is Brad Melville on a set of crutches as well?
Yeah, just really struggling to walk with that foot. I think it's more just because he's got the ice sort of right the way around the foot, so just to help him with that ice bag while it's on there.
Can't see Cal Moore, Scotty.
Yeah, no, he's got ice on. He's the first one going off there, so yeah, he told me not to ask him.
Left hammy?
Left or right, nonetheless, it certainly is a hamstring. Wangaratta have gone into the clubhouse and they'll sing Cheer, Cheer, the black and the white, loud and proud after a bit of a hiatus of singing the song here at the Norman's Oval. They run away victors, 9-10-64, the Alpine Saints, the Magpies. 16-14, 110. Been a long time between drinks for the Wangaratta Magpies, but they'll be very happy with their performance today. Scott Montgomery for Elite Building Construction follows the Magpies into the sheds. And we'll bring you the sounds of the song.
Here we go. They're about to go.
Here we go. Wangaratta, win number 1 of the season. Victory number 1 in season 2024 for the Wangaratta Magpies. 16-14, 110, defeating the Alpine Saints. 9-10-64. Stick around on O&M Live. Plenty more to come in the drive home. We're doing it for the Wangaratta Motor Group. Looking forward to catching up with Ben Reid and also Craig Funky Miller, the respective coaches of Magpies and the Alpine Saints. Dan Vaccaro, Luke Francis, Scott Montgomery and Gus McLeod. We're sticking around with you on O&M Live till 5:30 because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.